Real estate. I am Duran Demar. Glenn, please introduce yourself.
Is this thing on?
Is it? Are we live?
Yeah, we live.
All right, let me take a sip.
All right, let me see.
So we're looking in here.
We're looking at Candace. We are not professionals, but Candace is.
So let's make sure we get some things straight right here. It is going down today.
Uncensored.
It is going down today. I'm your host, Glenn Glasper, affectionately known as Mr. Dollar Out of a Dime. My man Ron D in the house, and we have the lovely. Man, I don't even know she need no introduction, man. She gonna make us look good today, man.
I look
Candace, cash flow kindly in the house.
Glenn, don't do me like that.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
This is where we need to have the applause and everything.
No, I want to applause. You know what? Hands up for you guys. For you guys.
Your audience in the place. Hey, listen. First of all, thank y'all for tuning in. Why don't y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You see it on the screen. Do what you're supposed to do. We're going to have an amazing show today. What are we talking about today, man? I know we have some stuff we want to talk about.
We're going to talk about real estate and relationships. We're going to always give you guys a jewel. We're going to let Candace tell you how she got started in real estate and give you guys something, just something to go with. We want to make sure we're not just entertaining, we are educating as well. So we're going to go with that. But Glenn, go do all the professional stuff or do all the disclaimers and stuff. Like, this is uncensored. We do say penis on this show.
So
vagina.
We do lawyer's office.
The
by the way,
politically
so don't
correct
come for us.
word.
We are in our attorney's office, so don't come for us.
You can't come for me. Why Gervy got me? Gervy Law. Come on, Gervy Law.
Shout out to Gervy Law.
The only attorney I know that know the numbers at 12 o'clock at night. Gervy said you're HUD at 2 a.m. You be like, Gervy, what the hell? Did you send a wire? Boy, the wire was sent 3 a.m.
Hey, listen, again, this is the Real Life Real Estate Investing Show where we always talk about real life real estate situations, but we always bring y'all real life real estate solutions. And today we're going to talk about real estate and relationships. And we have our lovely guest host today.
Absolutely.
Miss Candace Conley. And by the way, y'all, we looking at making a permanent fixture. So we're gonna let y'all decide who that's gonna be. We got a couple more folks that's gonna be joining us. But I think, man, the way she came in here rocking today.
Glenn, what I tell
she
you?
already. We should tell her.
Yeah, don't tell her. Okay,
yeah. We're gonna see how she get down.
We're gonna see how she get down. I don't really like her yet. Yet.
Boo.
I don't really like her yet. She like a house.
Let's do this before we get too far.
I have to figure out if I like this.
Ooh, Jesus.
Y'all tell us if y'all can hear us, by the way. Can y'all hear us okay? Because we had a little bit of a audio glitch last week. Somebody tell us if y'all can hear us okay. Because we don't want y'all to miss a minute of Candace's real introduction. Can we call you Candace the Cash Flow? What we call you that?
Hey, you know what?
Say whatever word.
You call Candy.
Candy.
Yeah, we mean Candy.
Call it Candy.
That's
boy.
that was the coming out name in the teenage years. Candy.
That's what's up.
Candy Conley. Cobb County.
So let's do this. I'm gonna give y'all some good. Okay, so Candace, tell us. Okay, two things. One, what you do, how you got started in real estate, and we'll go from there.
All right. So my name is Candace Conley, also known as Cashflow Candace, and I have been investing in real estate since the year 2000. I bought my first rental property when I was still in corporate America, and then in 2003, I got my sales license and began a full-time career in real estate. Yep.
That's what's up. Hey, this table ain't looking right. There's only two
tabling.
glasses. There's only two glasses on this table, man. What's happening?
It's not tabling.
I guess I missed something.
It's not tabling.
I mean, the table where it is cool.
Where's your beverage?
Glenn don't drink. You drink holy water. Pastor, I ain't gonna let him get you, Pastor. I ain't gonna let him get you.
That's the part we gonna edit out.
I
ain't gonna let him get you, Pastor.
Jesus drinks wine.
Jesus. Glenn mad about Jesus drinking wine. He said, "How you saving folks and telling them not to drink?"
I can't.
Somebody please get a double shot of holy water, please. Please.
On the rocks. Don't forget my rocks.
I cannot.
And my lime slice.
I'm telling you now, I'm sweating already.
So I know, man. Listen, is it just me or is it the lights in here? What's going on?
It's Candace in his dress.
Candace doing something too.
Oh,
it's Candace in his dress. I tell y'all, can y'all see Candace with the dress? Who did?
Lord have mercy.
Candace, who did you wear that dress for?
Lord have mercy.
Me or Glenn?
Listen, I'm gonna be top tier every day.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Candace,
every
who did
day
you wear the dress for, Candace?
for Candace.
I don't like, man, I don't like
What in the world, you guys? Dress and Uggs, turtleneck and Uggs. Get it together.
In
April.
Listen, I'm gonna try to keep it together today. Listen,
it's cold outside.
Ron had me laughing the whole show last week, so I'm gonna try to keep it together and keep a little bit of balance. He ain't gonna let it happen, but I'm gonna do my best.
Man gravy. Got him right there.
Little gravy.
Little gravy. Man gravy. For you guys that don't know,
certified fool.
The Man Gravy clothing line will be up and running next show. If you or your loved ones enjoy Man Gravy, if you don't know what it is, please ask us after the show.
Hey, somebody asked me today, should I Google it? I'm like, yeah,
I
don't know. No, you want to see, boy. It's gonna be not a triple X, it's gonna be four X.
No.
I don't know if you want to Google Man Gravy. Yeah, that might just something you want to stay away from. Okay, so Dig, let's talk about what it was like getting started in 2000. Like, many people don't understand. You know, I got started in 98, right? So I stumbled and bumbled up until 2000. What was it like getting started for you? And what's the difference between then and now? And how was your transition from corporate America into doing this full time?
Well, my journey was a little bit different because the guy I was dating at the time, I ended up marrying him. He was building houses. So he
Y'all
was
still married?
like, no.
Okay, just check that.
So at the time, you know, he was building houses and he was embarking on a subdivision and doing all these different things. And so we were working together while I was still in corporate. I bought a couple of rental properties, and he had some bad experiences working with people he couldn't trust. And you know how it goes in real estate. You know, real estate is doggy dog. So he was like, hey, you know what? I was traveling a lot with my job. I was a regional marketing director. And so I was kind of getting tired of traveling and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, you know what, why don't you get your real estate license and list these new homes that I'm building? And I was like, okay. So that's how I got started. So so as soon as I got my real estate license, I pretty much just had loads of work from and actually in that relationship, I was actually like the family's real estate agent and other friends. So when I first started my career, I was listing new construction and I had a lot of clients. So my journey was a little bit different. But then, you know, all that changed and I kind of had to do things that new agents have to do later on in my career. So it's quite interesting.
Okay. What do people want to know? Why did y'all get divorced?
That's a loaded question, right?
Ooh, so put it out there.
It's a loaded question, but I would honestly say, when the market crashed, you know, we had that 2008 when all that stuff when the market crashed, and you know, we're both in real estate. We were both vulnerable, so we both had to feel that hit, and that's one of the things I think, like in relationships, I think that the husband and the wife, the two people in a relationship, if they're in the same industry, it needs to be something else in there that, you know, so you can weather the storm. So we're both in real estate. We're both taking a hit. And that pressure just intensified problems that were already there. And those issues just kind of, it was too much for me because I was the one that filed for divorce. And see, this is kind of one of those things where Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, that he talks a lot about. It's about how women walk away from the relationship. And he talks about this high value man. And I literally divorced what you call a high value man. You know, I walked away from that.
I don't think he was a high value man because he let the value of you get away.
That's right. Well, you see, I had I dropped the mic. But I put it in the quotation mark because a high value man is not about how much money he earns. That's not the indicator of a high value man.
Exactly my point.
Yes.
Exactly my point. So
so she just got a check on the list for saying that one right there. So
absolutely.
We're gonna make sure we check the box.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it, fellas. That ain't the only thing.
Real tough.
So I'm a firm believer in the relationship gotta be everything when you take away everything else. So if you take away the real estate, you take away everything else. And how do we actually operate and how are we when there's nothing?
Yes.
It's like who's Michael Jordan without basketball?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Real
Is he just as dog in the corporate world as he is on the basketball court?
Mm-hmm.
So if not, it's not going to translate. He can only be what he can be on the basketball court. So I think that if you're both in real estate, you both guys are entrepreneurs, you got to be able to say, look, I'm a part of the hustle, but I'm not as much of a hustle as you are.
Mm-hmm.
So won't you go a little bit harder? I'm going to support you to get us kind of back where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so if somebody has to kind of take on that role, whether it be him or her,
right.
She could be, he could be a builder and he like shit, but I ain't building that right now. But you can sell houses. When I go find houses for you to sell.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that situation, for that climate to happen, and then y'all to separate, it was just a test. And you just think about how many people spend 10 or 15 years in a relationship and don't get that test.
Definitely.
And then when that test do happen, they're like, man, I done wasted 15 years of my life hanging out here with you because we never really been tested.
Real talk.
Yeah, that's my good stuff for the day.
Yeah,
right?
And I had 15 years that I had invested in that. I was in that relationship for 15 years, and when so I decided to leave. I'm like, you're not treating me the way I want to be treated.
Did y'all go to the strip club together?
We did. We had fun together. We kicked it. That was my,
Which club?
Hey,
Which
we
one?
did all around.
It makes a difference in Atlanta. Makes a difference in Atlanta. You be like,
we hung out. We kicked it. Like we kicked it. We hung out sections.
Relationships don't work.
You go to grade.
Yeah, you go to some of these strip clubs.
We kicked it. ATA lands. It's like that ATA land culture. He grew up on the South Side. I grew up in Atlanta, so but it was how it's not how you start, it's how you end. It's how he ended that, how he chose to end that relationship where I lost respect. So I did understand he did not want me to go, but he did not know how to treat me. And I kind of felt like I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, I have to leave this situation. And so he didn't want me to leave, and he made it clear. He's like, well, if you're gonna leave, you have to leave the money too. You have to leave this and that too. All these things, I'm thinking we're building together
15 years.
In these 15 years, we're figuring things out. Jesus. We're doing all these things. And when I decide to leave, you want to make sure that, that I leave with nothing. It's kind of, you using it as manipulation,
right?
So easy, because it really was like, he was like, well, I did all of this. No man is gonna do what I have done or provided all this. Where are you gonna go for this, that, and the other? But that wasn't the only thing. Yes, I will say I was really, I was really spoiled in that instance. I didn't worry about financial things. I didn't worry about financial things. If I had I had a portfolio of rental properties. That he really helped. He started me in getting property. He started me in that journey. But let's say if I, oh my God, I need to pay this mortgage. He'll pay that mortgage. If I need anything,
and they still want enough because she filed.
Well, what she said was,
he wasn't treating me the way I wanted to be treated.
Right.
And the money wasn't the only thing, but the money was what he thought was going to make me stay.
Money won't keep him.
Money is not going to keep him. I want to
remind the audience that she did say earlier that money is not the only thing that makes a high value man.
Exactly.
And it was very, it was necessary, I guess, whatever the situation was. We don't want to dig into all that.
No, we do.
But
no, that's what we're here for.
Well, all the smoke. No, but no, it's important for people. And thank you for sharing that, because these are the things. Let me just point this out. These are the things that we get on these talk shows and these podcasts, and we talk about all the great things that happen in business and being an entrepreneur. And I won this, and I got this check, and I got these houses. But people don't talk about the real life stuff behind that.
Yeah.
And this is some real life stuff.
It's real shit.
Then you said something. You said we go on all these talk shows. I was on Steve Harvey the other day, and I'm trying to tell you, they edited me out because I was talking about stuff like this.
Still on?
It's not. That's why I was on there. I was on Steve Harvey the other day, and we were talking about this, and they edited me out because we were talking about this very thing. And I told him, Oprah called me for a show. Yeah, I was on Tyra.
He was on Tyra from the 90s.
I was on Tyra. Yeah, I was on Tyra.
Ricky Lake.
Yeah, I definitely did Ricky Lake. It got edited out. It got edited out. I'm telling you now. Everything I've ever done has been edited out.
So after the Steve Harvey show, did you go to Tyler Perry show next?
I did, but I couldn't
What
get
had
in.
happened was
I had too
what
many.
had happened was
my acting skills were too good to be on Tyler Perry's show. He only want to hire actors and actresses who are at the beginning.
You would take your shirt off?
I wouldn't. Man gravy. They didn't want man gravy on the show, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you, I actually like how we kind of segue, like how we kind of went into, because Candace is thriving in real estate. Definitely, like her spirit is always high. She's always willing. She's always like, I got a deal. Who got a deal? What deal? What deal? She's thriving. So it's like she didn't miss a beat. Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you now, for a woman to leave from 15 years foul and to keep motion, to keep motion, that says a lot. I think a lot of people are trying to avoid, how do I see that sooner than later? Definitely. Because there's always smoke before fire. There's always smoke before fire. It don't just happen. Like it was things that led up to it. And I always try to do a temperature check with my wife. I'd be like, you still want to be here? I want to just check in because I'm tell you now, I definitely can let you have all this because I don't want to pay for it. I want a condo in the city. I'm going to buy a condo in the city and a Wraith, and that's it. That's all I'm here. Condo, $2,200 a month. Wraith, $4,200 a month. And don't put some 28s on it.
They gonna put some 28s on it.
But it's again, relationship. This real life real estate and relationship. It is. Y'all see us make money. They see us make these large deals, 10, 20, 30, 40, $100,000. But you don't realize that it does not change anything at home. Home is still home. Yeah. I can come home. I remember my first marriage. I made $25,000 on a deal. I was probably about 24, 25 years old. And I came home and I was happy. And she was like, take out the trash. And I was like, bruh, take out the trash? Bruh. Well, who you talking to? But who you talking to? Who you talking to?
Your duties are the same.
I know my wife might see this. I want you to hear what he said. Yeah. I was on a retreat for 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Recreating myself, getting everything together, came home with the fire. She was like, go take the trash out. What? Damn, they go my spirit, right?
Spirit broken. Spirit is broken. I just need for 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
But let's make it clear. After I took the trash out,
then
man gravy everywhere. You gonna get all this.
I did take the trash out, though.
Yeah, you did. I never get
that. It's the man stuff.
Yeah, it's the man.
It's the man stuff.
Men really just need a moment of acknowledgement. I know the ego gets in the way. I know, but I really don't understand. I really don't think that a lot of women. I think older women. I think when you get to 35 and older, maybe 40 and older, you start being more in touch with this man and what he may need. To the younger, entrepreneurs who in their early 30s, late 20s, I want to tell y'all. He come home and be like, babe, I conquered the world. You got to be like, just my man. Hey, conquered the world.
Yeah.
All right. Count about 30. And then as they got the trash.
That's 45 at least.
45?
Right.
45 at least.
But I want to say this. Some men do not appreciate that cheerleader, or they don't even understand the value in that cheerleader, or that a woman brings, because that's what I had dealt with in my last relationship. So I'm the cheerleader. I'm the one believing in him. And so me believing in him gave him strength that he did not value.
He never
you see what I'm saying? It's those intangible
things.
Didn't
know how to appreciate that.
So where he's at now is the 15 years we had together is the foundation of where he's at now. But there is no value put there. Yeah. And so that's what it's saying. So then as I'm pouring into a man that doesn't value this and receive that, then it's depleting me. And so because I'm not getting it back. And so I didn't understand that was the dynamic when I was in it, because you don't know you just know something's not. I just know something's not right. I gotta go. I'm just like, something's not right. I gotta fix it, gotta go. All I know is didn't know what to do. He's not doing anything. I'm like, I just have to go. So when in hindsight, that's what you realize. And so I am naturally that way. So I know that I am naturally a positive person. I'm a pure-hearted person. So I naturally see the good in things. Okay. This is my natural disposition. But through life.
Disposition is an SAT word. Just we'll put that out there.
She
But
said,
through
and
life.
she said this position, y'all, not this position.
Oh, I'm sorry, I heard it wrong. I heard it wrong. Jesus, please continue.
But I realized, seeing things, seeing the goods, giving people the benefit of the doubt, that being my disposition, my first mind, you can get hurt, you get disappointed, you get, therefore in my processing, in my time, is like, I'm not going to change who I am, but I'm going to be more protective of who I am.
You gotta be.
So when you have that, so I'm giving all this to someone all these years, not getting it back. It's being not respected. It's being discarded. And so none of that has anything to do with money. Yes, I was spoiled. He took good care of me. I will say that. Okay. But that's not everything.
That's the part that actually scares me. Because I can make money.
Mm-hmm.
I can make money. The disconnect, I tell my wife all the time, I can actually not be your husband, but your friend, that friendship, I can't lose that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't lose that.
If you don't have a friendship, you're not going to be able to make it.
That's the glue.
That is it.
That is the glue. Girl, don't nobody love nobody every day. I don't love you this morning. She don't love me. At least my wife only love me maybe 2 times out the week.
Here's the flip side of that. It's love all the time. It's the like part.
Oh my God. That's why the pandemic, people was losing their mind.
Man, bro, because
I had to stay home and realize I don't like you.
Right?
Yeah.
I really don't like you. I've been saying I love you every morning to you, but that's a lot. So I think marriages should be based on
friendship. Friendship and trust.
Yes.
Friendship and trust. Friendship and trust.
You gotta be friends first.
Gotta be friends.
When you get pissed off and upset about a closing, that's the biggest thing. The most important, man, my wife's a broker. So we both understand closings. Shout out to Andrew Gervy. I think we closed one yesterday. She closed one with Gervy yesterday. But understanding the finances in the house and how things move, and when a closing needs to get pushed back, pushed up, or whatever, having that dynamic. I could not imagine somebody being married to somebody in real estate and like having the 9 to 5, and you trying to explain that to them. Let me tell you something. You be like, you're supposed to close on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, it closed. I'm waiting on the wire. Okay, they didn't send the wire. The money closed on Friday. And the 9 to 5 person, like, I done got paid twice. I done got paid twice during your closing time.
My wife is 9 to 5. I don't have those issues in my house.
But that's because you're a pastor. Ain't nobody. What's the first lady gonna say?
Your wife was an agent.
She's a real estate agent.
Oh, but she works.
She's a secret agent.
She's a secret. Ooh, boy, hey, boy, hey, edit that in.
It's really good to have that mix, though. Yeah.
And the thing about it, one thing is she understands the business. She understands, my ups and downs and ins and outs and all that. But the one thing that she asked is, when is the closing? I'm like, well, we got to do this. Okay, when is the close? I said, but if there's something else that's happening, she said, well, okay, well, tell me when the closing is.
That's all that. When is it going to close?
Like, wait a minute.
I be in my house like, don't talk to me about no closing. You say close, say something else. Say like open door. Say something else.
Right,
don't say close.
Man, listen.
Tell you something.
When your husband is the builder and you're the agent and the houses aren't selling or this, that, and the other, or whatever the case, it's something different. Like we're talking about work all the time. So it's finally like we're always talking about work.
Did y'all have time to have sex between building?
That was part of the building.
Oh God!
I was like,
but it's like work hard, play hard.
Yes.
So it would be, we're talking about work, but then we're partying, we're vacationing,
that's
we're doing these things. So it's like it's kind of work hard, play hard.
And that's what I was leading to, because
you kind of have that both dynamic.
We all know in this real estate game, you're not. You don't have an off time.
You hooked that up real good.
you hooked that. She took it right. She took it because what I was trying to do is I was trying to lead. I was trying to do a hard stop into lead into, if you are in a relationship with both of y'all do real estate, it doesn't stop.
It doesn't.
Like the weekends don't stop.
We're always
spring
talking
break
about
don't stop. And she's talking about a builder. So materials and everything, like it don't stop. It's like, so when do you can easily miss out on sex.
Yeah.
You can easily miss out on kids' events because our job is time sensitive. So a kid having basketball practice, a recital, one of us can make it. The other one got to do this.
Right.
Because we're building right now. We're trying to get to the point where we can be like, both of us can be there. We just got to that point to where both of us we fighting to pick the kid up from school today because we have the time to do it. But I'm looking at Candace, I'm like, I know if he building, Let me tell you,
Yeah.
them interest loans on them lots and everything, and you cannot, every moment you're not on site.
And a black builder. So I will also say just some of the building on a high level, because we're doing high level businesses. It would be like average, maybe like 350, that average range.
How many in a year?
And now keep in mind that we're talking about a different time than now. So I want to make sure people are clear on that.
But I was just saying, like, just the stress of being a real estate developer, just being in real estate, just all the stress. And then as you're elevating in your business, as a black man or a black builder, you have a lot of obstacles and things that come your way. So when these things are being shot, at us, at him, finding a way to navigate and having that stress. But I'm the person that, my natural disposition is I'm the cheerleader, baby. You got it. We can do this. So I'm never the one. I've never was the one that's going to be the negative, downer, non-supportive person, because I understand how to support a man. I understand how to support a powerful man. I understand how to create the environment for the man to do what he needs.
I'm gonna interrupt right there and say she's single. If you are a developer and you got your emotions together, if you are a agent, a broker, anyone who you're talking about somebody who's already been through the fire. She is now ready to be cooled off.
I'm ready for my husband to come find me.
Yeah, he's on.
But see, one thing about that whole thing out of all of it is in the spirit. So a husband recognizes his wife by the spirit first.
The spirit?
Yes. And so for me, we're in this stage of my life.
Pastor, come, you got
look, I am not the pastor. Let's make sure we clear that up. I am not the pastor. I'm the pastor that y'all are kicked out of the church. Let me just make sure.
Jesus.
I'm in the church. I'm in the church.
But I won't be the pastor.
Candace is in the church.
I am in the church.
So what strip club did y'all go to again?
Alien.
What strip club did y'all visit? Which one was it? Which one was it, Candace? It's important.
Magic.
Yeah, see. See? So I just feel like everybody go to Magic end up breaking up. I just feel like because the expectation in Magic is just not there. You walk in and realize it's a bedroom. It's just not there. You got to go to Gentleman's Club. So you can dine and eat.
Cheetah.
It's not.
You can't go wrong with Cheetah.
Can't go wrong with Cheetah. Oh Jesus! Studio audience live. Caramel.
That was, you know what? Cheetah's off the mark. Look, that was the Cheetah. Cheetah's off the mark.
I just want to let everybody know here in Atlanta we have the best churches and the best strip clubs. Just to, if you won't pass,
and he's not talking about the chicken place either.
Yeah. You won't pass a billboard for a strip club or a church in 3 to 5 miles.
But you can go to the strip club and get some churches, though.
You can. This is true.
Have steak and lobster.
This is true.
The strip club.
People always ask me, why do they say Atlanta strip clubs have the best food? It's because we have a 5-star chef, in the kitchen at the strip club, and you can get fish and chips.
But see, like that whole strip club thing, like, so I grew up in Marietta, and shout out to Osborne High School. That before they rebuilt,
that was the real Osborne.
They have the new campus now.
It's beautiful now. I pass it every day.
So, but there was literally girls in my school. They danced at the Blue Flame. They were dancers, and they went to high school during the day. And so they had apartments on Cobb Parkway. They had cars, and it's in high school. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about it is a lot of those girls were sex trafficking is like Atlanta is a bed of sex trafficking. A lot of things come in and out, and these girls were like conditioned in the business. They were okay with it. They just wanted to get their degree. Wow. And so these were the cool kids. So that's, of course, I'm cool. Okay. I'm too cool for school. So these were my friends. This is my crew. So I was, taking them to work, waiting and all of this at the strip club, knowing that we are underage. We're not supposed to be in there, not supposed to be working there, but this is what was going on. And so it's like, that's Atlanta in the 90s.
Let me tell you.
And Cobb County was like, my mom moved like, oh, I want you, we're going to move to Cobb County for good schools. And I got into a lot of trouble in Cobb County.
Wow. Let me say this part first. Okay, we'll give her the Cobb County credit in her growing up in Atlanta. but Detroit still holds you though.
It's in my DNA.
Detroit still holds
Detroit,
It's
is
in my
that,
DNA.
really?
Yeah, I'm
Were you
born
born
in. I was born in Detroit, and I came here when I was like 8.
Like some people will give away, you know, but we go keep you.
Yeah.
So she's used to the D. Okay, I got that. Let me
You
tell
know
you
that
something.
Detroit Atlanta combination.
It is.
Nice.
It seems
It's
like
something else,
Yeah.
boy.
Let me tell you. How about this though? How many in that profession, people would be surprised at how many real estate agents and brokers who are highly successful came from the adult entertainment industry.
Real talk.
People
Yeah.
will
Real
be
talk.
really amazed. I have some friends that I some women that I know that are like you would never, but let me tell you something, making millions of dollars. Just because of the engagement. Like I know everybody has their opinion about it, whatever. Again, I'm from Atlanta. So, that industry is embedded. If you haven't been to the Usher show in Vegas, part of Usher's show is like building the stage out like Magic City.
Yeah.
Wow.
Part of his show
Yeah.
has been like, so that's how you know.
It's
So you're
part
talking
of the
about somebody
culture.
on an international level is performing, and part of his show is building out the stage like Magic City. So just to give everybody perspective on it. So don't judge me, judge your mama.
That's just Atlanta culture.
Yeah, that's just the Atlanta culture.
Yeah.
But we also at the same time, how many girls went to Spelman, just went to different colleges and paid their way through college and did things. So I'm not a person that, I understand everybody's opinion about it, but at the same time, just like you were saying, he was like, I was taking them. Those are my friends. Those are my friends. Candace said she used to work there and she thought I was gonna let that slide. She said that. Y'all don't care that did it. Candace said she worked there for about 2 days.
Listen, y'all, I was equivalent, and it was so funny because I would be like, I was equivalent to what, like maybe like the bartender or the friend. So all the guys wanted to be around us. So I was the one to talk to the guys and qualify. They were like, why don't y'all come here and meet us here? Let's go do this. Let's do that. And I'd be like, I was the one qualifying. It's like, no, we're not going with them. Okay. We're going. It was like I was almost like manager and like qualifying, like who we're gonna hang out, who we're gonna hang out with.
She that
who we're gonna.
You trying to get to her, but she talking.
You gotta go through me.
You like, hey, how you doing? How
and
you doing?
Be like Candace.
You like, I'm sorry, man. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to your friend.
They were following what I wanted to do.
The one that's not talking is the one I'm talking to.
No. I'm like, nah. We ain't going with them.
See, Glenn, you're not. So Glenn, how do you break that barrier? You got to come over there with 2 drinks off the rip.
Listen.
You got to come over there 2 drinks off the rip. Hey, what are y'all having?
You talk to her long enough, and you listen to her, but you pay attention to the other.
Yeah, but see, then it's I'm scared another dude gonna slide in and get what I've been working for the last 7 minutes.
Look, because if she paying attention like you paying attention, I don't remember. I mean,
back in the day. Back in the day.
I'm saying back in the day.
Deacon Jesus. See, Glenn over there telling y'all about them private meetings in the back of the church.
Stop it.
Yes, sister. Come to the back and let us talk about it. You said he did what? I don't believe you deserve him.
This boy is crazy.
You deserve better.
Listen, I got some more questions about we were talking about relationships in real estate. So in that whole situation that you were dealing with, and after the transition out of that, now you mentioned earlier on that you were working in corporate America.
Yes.
How long after were you still in corporate America after the situation ended, or had you transitioned already?
No, so by the time when the relationship ended in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was about 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah, about
Candace
9
says
years.
about 9 years. You know exactly. I'm gonna tell you one thing about divorce, boy. I tell you the date they sent me the paperwork because I booked a plane ticket the next day. Out of here, Miami. I ain't even got the money for it. I just need to go. Done with your ass. Stop.
You have to heal. You have to heal yourself,
How
and
long
you
do
have
think
to
the healing
figure out.
takes?
So I read an article that it says that as the amount of time you're in the relationship, it takes that half of that time to heal. And so that was pretty massive to say. So if you say, okay, if I was in a 15-year relationship, so it takes 7.5 years to heal, that's a lot.
So Candace just got her mind right in 2021.
right.
Boy, fella, y'all coming to boy 2020, boy, you would have called hell, boy. She's still slapping
I
dudes.
was still toxic because I really would say in the process I did have a couple of dudes that were really like, wanted to get married and wanted to, wanted that relationship, and I was toxic. I was and I didn't realize that I was the toxic one until afterwards. And I realized I could look now, and I was like, man, I was like, this man was trying to build a life with me, and I was toxic. I still not had gotten out of
you just can't
some of these things. You just
hit the market 2021 according to what you read.
I think I've been
okay. I've been seeing you around these streets. I've seen
you have not seen anything around these streets.
I seen you around these streets.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I seen.
Absolutely
I got a
not.
couple homeboys that said, "Boy, hey man, I couldn't even roll with her, man. She go too hard, man. You know what I'm saying?"
Absolutely
he said,
not.
I ordered bottles and she paid for it. He said, I was trying to blow a bag on her. She said, "Nah, I got it."
No, I know how to receive.
I'm looking at
I know how to receive.
I can't see the rest of it, but we have Terry Gleason. Shout out to Terry. What's up, Terry? She said
First lady of the wealthy group.
You have such a beautiful disposition. She said the guys are hilarious.
Yeah, we did know that was a disposition, not the position. Clear that up for us.
That's disposition.
When I hear SAT
not
words,
that one, but this one.
Disposition. Yeah, she's in disposition. Hey, Glenn. Hey, let me tell you something. Boy, you funny, Pastor.
One, but this one.
Let me tell you.
Pastor.
Tell everybody, too. One thing I found out about last week. Last week. Hey, boy, Shawty goddamn. Last week, boy. Some folk gave up money by doing the share give. What was it? A button on there? What's the button? The give button.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I wanted to point that out this week. Whoever gave us money last week, I got a free T-shirt for you.
And if y'all want to, get some more money this week,
I
got a free thank you for you.
Yeah, free thank you. But please hit that give button and give $1.99, $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, whatever you want to do.
It was stars, right?
It was stars.
Yeah.
You buy the stars. Look, Caramel know exactly what it is. I'm about to call about real, and her husband gonna be on. Your husband listen to this?
Carmelita Collier.
Yeah. Ooh, Caramel gave her a whole government name. Sip up, Candy. Sip up, Candy. Hey, sip up. No, drink another drink. She in the studio audience like, I know her. She talking to the studio audience. I know her. Cam, she like, girl, don't get my state name. My husband think I'm in Florida. I told him I was on spring break. Like, your grown ass on spring break. I was on spring break.
In the audience.
In the audience. She's like, girl, no. She's like Candyman. No. Like a choir. No. She said, she been smiling the whole time. As soon as Candy said that, she was like, bitch, what the fuck? I told him I was at lunch, girl. You know this real estate thing, we be lying.
Listen, team wealthy group. Team wealthy.
I'm at a wealthy group meeting. Shout out to Terry.
Terry and Calvin.
Terry and Calvin text my husband for me. I told him I was going to a lunch meeting.
Oh, God.
I'm over here having drinks and shots at Gerby Law.
So make sure y'all understand, we will never be able to keep it together on this joint.
Ever. The studio, look, I'm telling you.
We're gonna,
hey, look,
we're getting back to real estate.
She said
we're getting back to real estate.
She said there's gonna be a green screen. She got a green blouse. She like, gotta blend in, bitch.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta blend in, just can't get me on camera.
Oh my goodness.
I was not here. I'm on spring break. Ain't got no kids.
I'm disappearing. Oh God.
Ain't got no kids on spring break.
You know it. He's certified.
Come on.
Fool.
Take another sip.
No. Certified fool. Certified.
Shout out to my girl right there who been here all week. Shawty, what's your name? Oh, girl, don't say your name, girl. My bad. She ain't really here, y'all.
Never mind.
Damn.
Snitchy.
Oh, man. Hey, bro, you got to give me a napkin or something. What?
Let's talk about mindset. Because that's what, I checked you guys out, and mindset. The number one thing in real estate is the mindset. The mindset.
So,
the mindset.
Now, of course, that's something I love to talk about because I believe a lot of
Deacon. Hey, Glenn is not a pastor or a deacon, but I'm gonna tell you something. If there was a deacon board formed right now, Glenn, honorary deacon board of real estate. That's what it is. He's the deacon of real estate.
This your flowers. He's giving you your flowers.
Listen, I appreciate that, but let me say this just in case my pastor does see this. I am a deacon. I am an ordained deacon.
I told you.
But I don't wear a t-shirt. Let me just make sure y'all clear about that.
What's the Instagram? Deacon real life.
Pastor Jen, look, I represent it for, but I don't wear no t-shirt saying I'm a deacon. But anyway, mindset.
Mindset.
It's so much. Like even, and I know, and you do some education as well, right?
Yes.
So a lot of times what I find is that we try to help people do what we do. We try to help them learn the business, try to help them get over the hump of where they are. And the first thing we tell them, find a house, flip a house, fix a house, do this, do that. And a lot of times we miss it because that is not where they are.
Mm-hmm.
They have to overcome having limiting beliefs about who they actually are and what's possible for them. How have you been able to overcome that? Or have you been able to overcome that?
I think, well, the mindset shift and the thing that I really had to really, that I'm working on and had to work on, is just having the entrepreneurship mindset and understand what the journey is and understand what it takes. Because my experience in real estate, like essentially I got my license. I essentially had instant success.
Mm-hmm.
I had listings, new construction listings, and I'm developing the houses. I'm, doing finishes. We're doing all these things. So, my mindset shift had to, just have an understanding that that's not typical. Right. And that's not the typical journey for entrepreneurship. So did it experience that cycle, but then it didn't stay that way. And so then I had to do, like I was saying, I had to do later in my career, I had to do those foundational things that you should do in the beginning. So that's where I had to get that mindset shift. Right. Because I kind of came into instant success and instant clients, instant investors, builders. I'm an investor.
The whole
builder.
Life was.
It was
later on you had to. That's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. So it was a mindset that I had to really embrace and understand the cycle of entrepreneurship and the cycle of real estate, because real estate is a long game. It's not a short game.
It is.
It's a long game. It's not a short game. And a lot of people don't understand that. And real estate is the best industry in the world.
So pause for a second. Tell us what you mean by long game, short game. That's a lot of times where people miss it as well. Yeah,
people miss it because real estate is not like instant cash flow, instant riches, and all these things. And we could talk about, so when, we first started building, let's say you may make like 180, 120 off a house. Okay. All right. But how long did it take to get there? It may take 8, 9, 10 months. Then you still, you still have expenses. You still have life expenses. You still have all of those things. So if you take that 120,000 that you made, but it took you 12 months to get there, that's pretty much like an annual salary from that one house. But it came all at once, and you still had to live. You still had to survive. So in my career, I had a partner that whole entire time. So anytime when I did have anything that I needed, I had a partner there. He took care of it. Like I was with the provider. He took care of anything that I needed. He took care of. So then when you don't have that partner and you're there and you're doing it solo, then I have to figure out, how do I, fill in those gaps when those gaps come? How do I fill in that time, when you're building a house and you're waiting for your closing day? So it's just that mindset of understanding how to pace yourself, how to budget, understand it is a long game, because, you can't just invest. A lot of times people may come to, they may have some money, they want to invest, everybody got their 10, 20, or they little, I'm not going to say little.
It is little. I'm going to say it. Little. Bring your little 10,000, take your little funky ass $10,000 on well,
it's
man.
It's nothing you really can do with it. But it takes time. It takes time. It takes time.
In Detroit, I can buy a house for $10,000.
It takes time.
But I want a little funky 10,000. Let me tell you.
Oh,
I literally turned down except because there's nothing I can really do with that right now.
What?
$10,000.
You heard that? That's why you got to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? Candace said, take your little funky $10,000, boy. Why you don't take that to the club, boy? Old broke ass.
I cannot take
so
it.
with that in mind, like that, I mean, for the people that will see this, they'll understand what you're saying. I hope to a degree. But what about those folks that they see all these gurus tell you that they're going to make $20,000 tomorrow? You know, sign up for my program, and tomorrow you gonna get a check for $30,000.
Yes.
And not to mention all these other people that show these checks online, show this money online. What is it about me seeing that, and what do I got to do to shift beyond the mindset of seeing that and seeing that it's possible to the mindset of I got to go through all this hell to get to that?
I mean, you got to educate yourself. Like just showing the fruits and showing the profits. I mean, we want to show that because it's real and real estate is amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Real estate's amazing. I love real estate. But it's but it's the frequency of that. It's the budgeting of that. It's the real, the real big picture of how often am I going to make that. It's the commission only lifestyle. It's all of those things. It's commission only. Whenever you're in a business or any business that's commission only, that speaks for itself. So you have to adjust.
Absolutely.
So it's just that whole mindset of understanding that and understanding that I'm getting into real estate to build wealth. It takes time, and you do that with building your portfolio. You're building that with building your rental portfolio. And so that's like where I'm at right now. I spend all of my money on real estate. I spend all my money on buying properties, buying rental properties, because that is my savings.
No Birkin bags and all that.
No, don't Birkin me, rental house me. I don't want any. Listen up.
Oh,
I want.
What they call shoes?
Yeah, rental house me.
What them shoes?
I don't want a Birkin.
What's the name of them shoes? Googly eyes.
Who?
What's the name of them shoes?
I don't know. I can't afford.
What's the name of them?
Barracudas.
Barracudas. What's the name?
I don't know.
Balenciagas.
Oh, the Balenciagos. The Balenciagos. I like to say it all the time. I like the word. The name Balenciago sound like some rich.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, I got no Balenciagos on, boy.
No.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna give me a pad on Payless, boy.
No.
And call them Balenciago, boy.
You can have all of that stuff. You know how when you don't have money, you didn't grow up with money, you get all those things. And I just remember having just a feeling of having all these things. I had the diamonds, the furs, this and that. And I am unhappy as hell.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, you're right.
I'm in the big house. I'm staring out the window, and I'm like, I got all this stuff.
Shit.
And yeah, like you have all this stuff.
You can say it.
And I'm unhappy as hell staring out the window in this big, beautiful house. Because that's not the key to happiness. That's not everything. But when you're getting it, like accumulating it, it felt good accumulating these things. But it's just a short, good, feel good moment. And then it goes away.
Endorphin.
But guess what? How I feel when I buy a new rental property.
Oh, sexy.
Woo!
It's a whole different situation.
Yeah, I'd rather spend all my money on real estate. Yeah. All my money on real estate.
Anybody. Them guys that be driving the cars, I bought that Ghost I had was hot. It was cool. And I knew this going in. It was sexy for about 2 weeks, maybe a month, because what happens is you buy it, right? It's always cool when you go to the meetings and you go everywhere. But when you just sitting in traffic on the expressway, or when
it's just another car.
Yeah, when you just
high ass man.
Right.
Then you get to chasing other people that got, because you're really not a car enthusiast. Car enthusiasts see the guy when I bought my, he was like, man, it's never been in the rain and all that. Ain't no such thing as a car drive that don't go in the rain. Right. Like that don't make sense to me. But I tell guys, when you see these guys on Instagram and they showing their cars and stuff, just know as soon as that camera goes off, it ain't fun. It ain't fun. It's you're gonna drive the car to the spot, maybe hang out with some other guys that's got Lamborghinis and Ferraris or whatever. But on the way home, tomorrow morning when you got to get up and drive the car that you really need to drive, the one that the baby need to fit in, or the one that the family need to fit in. Because I'm gonna tell you, ain't no Lamborghini is sexy when everybody trying to go to Golden Corral.
I told my wife, I said, my midlife crisis is going to be a new Corvette. So I was, I'm planning my midlife crisis.
Planning it. How long you going to be in it, though?
It ain't going to be that long. Well, it depends on what benefits there are to having a midlife crisis.
You can just talk crazy, show your ass with some
just,
bacon.
just activate the food how you want it. How you want
Get
to
some
act.
bacon.
We were on a lot the other day. I'm looking at the Corvettes. I'm like, man, this is nice. And I'm looking at it. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell am I gonna do with this car? The guy told me, he was like, yeah, it's only $100,000. I'm like, let me see if I buy 2 houses and I flip them, I might be able to buy a car. But I'm like, if I don't flip them and I keep them forever, they'll buy the car eventually. That's what I'm like.
I tell anybody.
I'm like you. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around making an expensive purchase like that where I don't see the long-term benefit. Initially, it's gonna feel good.
It's gonna feel good.
Yeah. Like even having a Ghost.
I'm gonna
for a while, it felt good.
My favorite. I've had a Bentley, a Ghost. I've had some of the nicest high-end cars. You know my favorite cars? I can probably my Silverado truck, my S80 Volvo, and I drive a Range now. And that truck does everything. Like to have a car that does what you need, that combines like a luxury feel, but also gives you like that's the value. Where I am in life right now, I don't want anything that's so high end that I gotta prepare to drive it. Man, I want to just be able to jump in and go. If you want a nice Mercedes or a nice BMW, just get a car that you like that you can just jump and go.
I thought about that Corvette. I said, wait a minute. I have a wife and I have a 6-year-old.
I have a solution for you
guys. What's the solution? Ride with me?
I got a solution for you guys.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
I have a solution for you guys. And this is what me and my next husband, he's gonna find me. He's looking at me right now.
Everybody bow your head.
And he's gonna be DMing
Candace's next husband.
Yes.
Shout out to Candace's next
number
husband.
2, my forever husband. So our lifestyle is going to be, you know what, we're going to ball like that out of town. So let's just say, because, you know, you just go out of town. Let's just rent that Bentley. Let's just rent that just out of town, rent that house, just have a month of balling out of town, come back home.
Yeah.
That's it. And so that way it's like that's the goal. That's the solution.
I like, let me tell
and you can do it at home too.
Yeah. You know, one of my goals was I wanted to live.
But you know, then people say you're capping though.
Who
if you do it at home? If you do it at home, you drive around in the Bentley, like, that ain't his Bentley. Yeah, it is for 2 days. It is.
But Bentley's like, listen, if you know cars and you know you can Bentleys, you can get Bentleys, all these cars pretty inexpensive.
Yeah,
definitely.
After
my first Bentley was 26 years. I think I paid $109 for it. It did. And that's when they was giving away credit.
And the maintenance, the stuff, come on, like the maintenance on the cars.
My goal was to elevate my lifestyle so that my norm would be some of the nicer things. That's what I wanted. I wanted my norm to be like, I have friends who are worth, shout out to Coach K. He just sold QC, and that's it's like $300 million deal. So his everyday norm, he can buy a $250,000 car because that's what that's his norm.
He's in that bracket.
Yeah, he's in that bracket, right? So my thing was, I was like, I want
to. No Sergio Tashini though.
But he is. He actually wanted to put me on to it. Him and shout out to my boy Biddy. Biddy. They was the one to put me in the Sergio team. This shit here, bro.
Hey, look,
till I saw that price tag,
something like that. I got to go buy that.
Yeah. I saw the price tag. I was like, I ain't got to wear it all the time,
right?
But to the point, and everybody has different goals, right? Because some people, I know I got some rich friends who will buy a nice Camry, but they got a $2 million boat. So it's whatever your reality is. And for me, I wanted the reality for my wife and I to be, we don't have to buy these crazy extravagant cars, but buy what you want, even if you want to play with it.
Right.
Even if you want to play with it and to be able to afford it, like it's the norm. So if you wanted to get a Porsche, go get the Porsche, drive it, maybe 6 months, 8 months, you feel like it ain't really me, you can take it back. I don't want, because I feel like our culture, we're born into don't go too far. Don't do too much. Because our parents is always like, woo, hope you can. I bought a Maserati, took it to my dad, and my dad said, I said, Dad, you want to drive it? My dad said, it sounds like it's skipping. I told him, you just gonna find something to say or something to about everything that you just they just come from that.
Mhm.
They did not live in a time where having $100,000 car or having $1 million house before 40
Mhm.
was realistic.
Mhm.
Right.
That wasn't real.
Yeah.
We sit on this couch. It's
Yeah.
like we can do it or we don't have to do
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Candace want to.
Yeah.
She already know the type of move she got to make to go get a $2 million
Absolutely.
house if she wants that.
Right.
If she wants to buy a Wraith, she already knows what she got to do. That she chooses not to because she's like, there's no reason for me to work that hard that way.
Right.
When I can buy 2 investment properties, 3 investment properties, and it's just
Absolutely.
not me.
The mindset.
The mindset.
It's the mindset.
It's-
It's the mindset.
But
Mhm.
and I think some other people struggle with this too. Successful in real estate, your family, your aunts, your uncles, your parents, they look at your success like with a question mark
Mhm.
because it's like, you bought that car. How much was that car, baby? How much did you get that house, Candace? Oh, Candace, that was a good man, Candace. Why you leave him?
Mhm.
And you
Oh
just,
yeah.
I know you
That's-
got that.
Oh, I did.
I know you got
did.
that. How you do that? And you ain't gonna make it without him.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, no, she can get back to that lifestyle.
Yes.
And meanwhile, you sit on the couch with us thriving.
And it was
Good
even like so Sonia Booker,
Yeah.
Sonia Booker.
Mhm.
So around that, I think it was around maybe 2015, 2016, Sonia Booker had a reality show. We had like a development deal, and so that was one of the reasons why she had me on the cast is she wanted to share my story about how I left, that financial security, because I wasn't being treated right the way I wanted to be treated. And she was like, I really commend you for leaving, because so many women will never leave that type of security. So many women would never leave. So many women will stay. And she cheered me on, and like most women will stay.
No,
Most women will stay.
9 out of 10
Most women will
don't
stay.
stay because
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that reality. You really have to believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
You really have to know and trust in God and yourself to lead financial stability in this day and time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
It's very hard.
It's even harder
It's
for
hard.
a woman.
It's hard. It hasn't been easy. Like it's been, it hasn't been easy. But once you have the knowledge in real estate, I mean, nothing can stop you. It doesn't, nothing can stop that. But it hasn't been easy. But you have to choose yourself first.
Absolutely.
And because it's like you will become a slave to the lifestyle, a slave to the money. So if I decide to stay and nothing changes, I have just made myself a slave to the lifestyle.
Yeah, I try my best not to be a slave to the
To stay.
money. I'm definitely staying because of the money. Because she and she got some good. Never mind.
How long you been married?
We've been together 15 years. We got married 3 years ago. I came out of divorce. I was married 8 years before that. She was 14 years older than me. So I got married at 21. She was 35.
Oh, your first wife.
My first wife. My first.
Wow, you married an older woman.
Married an older woman. Ran my credit up. She said real men put everything in their name. and everything was in my name. When we got married, I ain't even have a credit score, and I had 3 inquiries. I had 3 inquiries when we got married. We got divorced and couldn't finance toothpaste. Went in Kroger and said, I want to get a Kroger card. They like, boy, you don't stop playing. I said, it's a Kroger Plus card. They say, boy, we wouldn't even give them to you. They free, but you can't get one.
8 years.
8 years. Yeah, 8 years. Yeah, she's the same age as the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
That's how I keep up with her birthday, because whatever year the Super Bowl is, that's how old she is.
My goodness.
What Super Bowl was it? 56, 57? Which one was this year?
Somebody she the same age. I got a book coming out called Your Husband Might Be Married Already. Hey, the book is coming out. My boy Ralph trying to finance me on it, but he got his own situation. But the book is called Your Husband Might Be Married Already. Because I cheated. I'd be the first one to tell you, boy. I cheated.
You were 21.
I was 20. When I cheated, I was 20. The first 5 years, I was faithful. I was trying to figure out real estate. I got we were struggling. I figured out real estate, and I got my first. I think I did my first deal. I made 1,800, 10,000 on the next one. Then I made like 40 grand in that same year. I still got the bank statement. I never get rid of the bank statements. And you cannot have a 26-year-old out here riding around in, a S5 Benz Range Rover with over 100 grand in the bank, and you don't even go to meetings with them. People's having these parties. Can y'all know? When real estate, the reason we struggle with weight ain't because we really struggle with weight. We struggle with going out, because every time we go out, it's food and drinks,
all the time.
And the money that we make, $75 to $100 is nothing for us to spend on dinner and good food. And it gets to a point where you want to eat good food all the time. So while y'all out here,
I make that good food. So I am a chef. I cook that good food.
Well, she got money. She got her own money, and she cook what to her future husband. Hey man, I hope you know what you're doing, man. But it's
you better know what you're doing.
You better know what you're doing. So this is another part of real estate too. You don't even know who you are until you make those six figures, or until you get to that $1 million. Right. You don't even know what your relationship is gonna be until you got to tell people all the time. You don't know $2 million you or $10 million you. You don't know the type of person. You've never met that person.
Dark side. A lot of people go on the dark side.
Yeah,
when that money comes,
it's gonna amplify.
That money comes. You get a lot of, especially men.
I got scared.
Especially men.
Yeah, scared.
I was paranoid. Mm-hmm. I tell you, it was 2005. I made more money than I ever made in my life.
Jesus.
But I probably slept 2 days in that year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about actual
just feeling like,
I was just afraid. I'm like, what do I do now? Like, if I do this is gonna happen. If I do this, so I worked and worked and worked. I was up in the middle of the night thinking like, okay, what am I gonna do tomorrow?
How old were you?
2005. I would say I was 32.
32.
Yeah.
The reality check for me, and I'm gonna ask Candace this too. When the reality check for me about real estate, closed a deal, 2 days. It was on Martin Street in 30315. Closed 2 houses on the same street, made like $200-some thousand, right? Took care of everything. I went to the bank on Regions on Concord, right there on Concord. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Cobb County.
Yeah, I'm on Concord. I go to Regions. I go take out like $20 or $30 or something, right? And it gives you the bank receipt. And the bank receipt shows that I got 200 grand in the bank. And you have this delayed gratification, this delayed thought process of success when it happens, because this is not, you got to realize when you get that type of money, everything is what you haven't seen. You've never seen a bank receipt with a number that high on it. You've never been driving and, just riding around in traffic and knowing that you got 200 grand in the bank. And I never forget, I called my dad and I went and put that receipt on the refrigerator and I highlighted an orange highlight. Called my dad and I told my dad, I said that I got like 200 grand in the bank. That's mine. He said, make you want to be a Republican, don't it?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, it got to a point. I didn't know how much money I had in the bank.
Well, that's the delay.
When I would come to the bank to make a deposit,
they're so nice to
like
you.
3 women at the
oh my God,
Mr. Glassman, how you doing, Mr.
They're
Glassman?
so they know you at the bank.
What?
They
Bank
know
of America by Cumberland Mall. They used to be closing. I would get there at closing.
I sat with one of the tellers till like 7, 8 o'clock at night one day. I'm like, what are we doing here? We were just talking.
What?
We ended up, going
You
out.
have no idea. With that, and I want to tell my story. When I made that 49,000, because again, Candace, you know this, man. When you making money, right? You make 10,000, but that don't mean you just always got 10,000.
No,
you spent it on. You spend it right. So you really kind of still in that same space. You just made 10,000 in that space. Until you make that 10,000 over and over and over again, you're still in that same space.
Yeah.
I made 48,000, something like that in August. They cut me a check. I had no money. I tried to take the check to Bank of North Georgia in Alpharetta and cash it on a Saturday morning with flip-flops.
What?
On a Saturday morning. I was broke.
They try to get the police called on you.
And that's exactly what they did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they called the police. They called the guy who wrote the check for me. He verified it, but he said, man, you can't go in there and just, cash
a check.
I'm from Atlanta, man. I got tools on me. I had to go to Ironstone Bank and open up a bank account. And during this time, I was in check systems. So I couldn't open an account.
Man.
So it's like, you got to fit. What do you do with a $50,000 check You don't have a bank account. You in check system, so you can't open an account, and you broke. And you broke.
You're telling my story. That's why I'm laughing. Remember Bank One?
Oh yeah, what?
Bank One?
The little burgundy, yeah.
That was. So
they
I
was second chance
account.
bank.
Right. I opened that account.
Third chance bank. Fifth chance bank. I was opening up 6 accounts.
I was broke. But I tell you, I was broke. I opened that account. It was in the negative for the first 6 months. Then when I started depositing the money in there, I guess they saw how things changed around for me. So that's why the lady was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, y'all remember the broke me."
It's crazy you said that because they were trying to wire the money to Bank One. And the account had closed.
I don't think I tried that.
Yeah, no, they was trying to wire the money to Bank One, so even to drop back, that was on P Street as a Hooters. I sat at that Hooters because I was so broke I couldn't go nowhere. I sat at that Hooters waiting for them to send the wire.
You were married at the time.
I was married to the first wife. And I was sitting there waiting and they called me about 10 minutes before the bank closed and said the wire won't go through for whatever reason. Bank One had closed my account. I said, well, y'all can do a check. He said, well, can you get to the office? I said, bro, I have been sitting outside the office for 2 hours now. Wait for this wire. And y'all know how that wire hit. Some of us have been at the bar waiting for that wire to hit. You be checking your account, the account be like, boy, you got $13 in here. Check the account again, like, boy, that 13 still there, boy. It's after 5 o'clock. You like, damn, it's gonna be Monday for it. And then by 6:30, you check that account. That be like, you have 23,000. Drinks on me. Boy, girl, put your clothes on, girl. Toes on, ball. I've been ball.
You forget all the hard times.
You forget the hard times.
It's like
it was $13 in there at 4:30.
20.
6:15, boy. It say 23,000. Let's do it again.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you a situation happened to me. I got a check from some people I closed on a deal with. They gave me a check for $30,000. I was going out of town already. I was already going out of town, so I left it for a friend of mine to deposit it for me. She deposited a check. You know, I'm with my cousin in Detroit. We listened to over the phone. I call in. I'm got my chest stuck out a little bit. I'm balling a little bit. Listen to the amount in the account. I think it was like $40,000. He was like, man, let's go shopping. We were getting ready to go shopping. We went to the car dealer. I was gonna buy a new Yukon and all that, sign the paperwork, getting ready to come back. I said, man, let's go grab something to eat. We sit down, have lunch. I forgot what restaurant it was. I gave him the card for this account. The lady came back, was like, your card's declined. I'm like, my cousin went off on her. He said, no, we checked that account this morning. That's got 40,000.
Boy, he got 40. Boy, black folk would call out the number, boy. Don't be in Kroger, don't let that card go through. But I know that card, but I know you a lie. But I got at least 100 bands in this account.
So she went back, she ran it again, came back, still didn't work. I'm like, what's going on? Man, so luckily I had some money in another account, paid for the lunch, went and called and found that, they was like, yeah, the account is overdrawn. I said, what happened? I ain't spent $40,000 nowhere. The check that they gave me, they put a stop payment on it, which froze my whole account. Oh, no. The money that I already had in it, they froze. This is when Wacova was around.
Watch over you?
Yeah, watch over you.
Watch over your money? Yeah.
Man, I called a lady because I had a banker at Wachovia. They knew me when I came in there too. The lady, she was like, Mr. Glasper, she's like, the people put a stop payment on the check. And she said, I said, well, she said, but I'll let you know, because we had a relationship. She said, I'll let you know whenever their money clears in their account, I'll be sure that one of your check is one of the first ones that comes through. She said, but don't hold your breath because they've done this to several people. Ooh. She said their account is overdrawn $200,000. She said, so anything comes in their account is going automatically to clear the negative. I was like, what?
As soon as you listening to that, as soon as you put the money in there, take it out.
Right.
Ask me how many times I've been at SunTrust near Cumberland Mall taking out 80 bands. Shout out to my boy Kendrick. We used to sit out. What, Glenn? I used to go in my 20s. I used to go close the deal and they wired me $150,000. And I'll go and call every bank to see who had the money. And I would go bank and get 20 from this bank, 30 from this bank, 70 from this bank. And the one I remember the most is the SunTrust right in front of Cumberland. Mm-hmm. You come out from the food court, that side, going down back towards like Paces Ferry. There's a SunTrust on the right. Me and Kendrick sat right down that curve. Bank was closing everything, waiting for them to count money from the restaurants on a Friday. Mm-hmm. Put that money in their system to give us $80,000.
What I want people to take from this, like we talking about a whole lot of money. Yeah, we talking about money that we made, this, that, and the other, past life, current life, whatever the situation. But I want people to understand that in what we do, it is an emotional roller coaster.
It is.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Put my glasses back on.
It
now.
is.
You
You got to be built for it. You got to be built for it. It's not for everybody.
So when you talk about mindset,
Yeah.
What?
It's a mindset. It's real.
It,
It's
in
real.
so many ways, relationship, it is hard. If my wife and I did not work out, I guarantee you no woman would ever get close to me. It's too much.
Yeah.
You got to understand this lifestyle. Like, are you ready?
Right.
Because I'm telling you, I'm going hard. I gotta be my priority is so much of me. It's gonna be less of you because the things I need to accomplish, like you gotta already know that's where I'm going. Like even with Candace, her next husband, he's gonna. I'm almost sure he's gonna be in real estate as some kind of entrepreneur. He's gonna have to be because
To
the
understand the lifestyle.
He's gonna have to,
Yeah.
and she's older now, so now I get to prioritize my life really well.
Yeah.
Like I know that I want yoga at this time. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna do this. I don't like that. I'm not around people like this. I was in a conversation with some friends, and they asked me like about something that cost $10,000, Candace, and they was like, "Ooh, man, that was a lot of money." I told my wife we won't be hanging out with them.
Not at all.
Because I would never be in a room where I feel like everybody in the room feels like 10,000 is a lot, and I'm over here like in my mind going, "No, that's no." So get out of that room. Can't be friends with them, and that's hard.
And you know what I want to make sure people understand, and it's not from a, you said something on a show that we were on before, something about being able to distinguish the difference between confidence and cockiness or something along those lines. Many people will misunderstand that the confidence that we have in what we do comes from our experience.
Yeah.
And they'll misinterpret that from being cocky.
Absolutely.
We can talk about the money that we've made, the things that we've done, the things that we've accomplished, but all of the things we talk about those things because you didn't see what we had to do to get there. You see what I mean? Like that confidence comes from, yes, it was times I was in my house and the damn lights was off and I couldn't get this damn check to come through to pay the light bill until 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? Or situations like that.
That commission only thing.
That commission only lifestyle.
Yeah,
right?
You're making arrangements to make arrangements.
Yeah.
Making arrangements to make arrangements. You like the bill due on what day? The 15th? All right, I'm gonna pay it on the 15th, boy. Give him that check, boy, about 5 on the 15th. Gonna take about 3 days to clear. Closing should happen on Tuesday. Even if it don't happen on Tuesday, I'm gonna drop 100 on it. That'll offset it again. Boy, we got this shit down, don't we, Glenn? I'm telling you, if you're an entrepreneur, you got it down. I'm an entrepreneur. Let me tell you something. Y'all got a job and got an American Express. To get an American Express as an entrepreneur,
Whole nother level.
bro, let me tell you something. You know how consistent you got to be in life to even show consistency to get things like that.
On, and you call me a pastor.
Yeah, boy, come on, Jesus. Let me tell you, Ebo could have said that at American Express. Let me tell you something. We celebrate different. When you work a 9 to 5 and you make $100,000 a year, and American Express sends you a card. Yes, they base it off your income that they can see W-2 taxes and everything. When you're an entrepreneur and you are able to create consistency in your income so that you can accomplish credit cards, houses, properties, that is a different animal. We are not the same.
Yeah,
we are not the same. I had to take something from nothing and make consistency out of it. Having a job, you literally are just waiting for the paycheck to hit so you can pay it. So and you get the card. I gotta consistently pay this card too. This ain't no low bill. We went to the house we just bought. I'm just sitting here like, man, they drugged me as an entrepreneur. Profit and loss statement. Give us access to your bank account and all that stuff. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, we be like, man,
it's harder.
If it's a job that could pay me and give me this life, please show me where it is.
Man.
It's definitely difficult.
And that's the biggest word for us, consistency.
Yeah.
I really think being persistent and creating consistency in our lives every day. Back to mindset. It's your mindset, your income, everything. You have to create consistency. Like we have to wake up and make ourselves be accountable with consistency. And then you accomplish these things. So people don't talk about this, Glenn. What happens when you accomplish the goal of the credit cards and the house and the cars and everything? Now you got to be consistent at paying these high ass bills. Now you got to be consistent. Yeah, you got to have discipline.
Yes.
Now you got to create this word. I'm not saying you overdoing it or anything, But just let's say your lifestyle is $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
You got to consistently create a business that creates $5,000 a month on top of everything else.
Let's talk about this. Now, this is like planning your life with planning your life or planning your life with someone.
Yeah.
So have a job or a business take care of the everyday bills, your lifestyle, so that the real estate money you can keep investing and growing that money. You don't have to touch
I like that hustle.
The real estate money.
Right.
I like that hustle.
So have something else, because then that's when you are waiting on. So that way, when the closing is delayed, the closing doesn't happen, you're not worried about it.
Right. Yeah,
and then you're
totally
taking
agree.
That stress off of you.
I totally agree with that, and it goes back to mindset too. Some of you guys need to have that balance, man, because this world of just only entrepreneurial, moves every day.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic. Let me tell you something. You go crazy. I how many times do I sit in my basement and I'm just sitting there like I just need to relax. I need to lay back, chill out, and you can't put this device down now because everything is time sensitive. And you got to realize that even in a world where we close deals cash 3, 7, 10 days, we still have to say that, okay, that mortgage is due on this day. I got to close a deal on the 15th if I'm going to make it by the 1st. I got to close a deal on this day if it's going to be over here. And then when you get 20,000 or 30,000 or 50 grand, you nervous as a mofo.
You got to budget it.
Because you're looking at it because big sums come in, but big sums go out. First thing you think of is, I make $50,000 on the house. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this mortgage out for the next 3 months. That's 15 grand. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead and do this for the next boom. So 50 really turns in about 15. That's what I'm
until Uncle Sam comes see.
Until Uncle Sam comes. I'm gonna tell you something, Uncle Sam, boy. Tell you something, boy.
Doing the real estate. So that's just like saying it took you 12 months to make 120,000, but then you have to count 5,000 times 12. How much is
60
that?
bands.
You got to take that off of what you make, because you had to pay, because that is how much you had to live off of. The time you spent, you still had to pay that. So that's why it's like, you see the money, it's coming in, but you have to have a mindset shift. So that's why my mindset shift was, I spend all my money on real estate. I'm going to minimize my lifestyle. I'm going to minimize my month to month. And furthermore, another thing that happened in my life is that I have battling an illness. So I really can't do as much as I used to do. That stress, that real estate stress, it caused me to have a autoimmune disorder. So and so that kind of hit me in COVID.
It's several different things.
Yeah. So we'll just But it was really kind of really like really the stress in my body. And so like the last houses that I actually touched and I was like working on project managing deals I was doing was in COVID. When COVID hit, I had a couple, maybe like 2 or 3 houses or whatever I was working on. And when COVID hit, the stress of COVID, the stress of me being sick and things not working out as I planned because I'm not able to perform, all that stuff took a toll on my health. Okay, it took a toll where God said, Candace, you got to sit down. You have to sit down. So it was a big old avalanche domino effect.
Wow.
That I had to come out of. And it literally took a toll on my body. And so since 2021, everything's different. Everything, my whole life changed in 2021.
My whole life
everything's
that's
changed.
The thing that I want to make sure again. I'm gonna always go back to this reference of real life real estate investing.
Ain't no joke.
Ain't no joke. It's a perfect name, title, brand, because a lot of people just don't get to see the real life, real estate. Today we talked about relationship in real estate.
Yes.
Today we talked about delayed gratification when you do make it. When you do get a check, the things that we dealt with, the pitfalls. Even though I had 50 grand, I was still broke. Like I earned. My mindset had not changed yet. I did not understand the consistency to make this an income, to make this what it's going to be. So There's so many. I think today the word is mindset.
It's
Yeah,
mindset. It's
definitely
all
mindset. Candace
mindset.
brought it. It's mindset.
I rock with that.
And then like I think it's like some guys will get like got offended. Well, some people get offended, or like I had one guy, he really got offended in the dating realm when I was really just thinking, I was just like, I don't think I could be with a 9 to 5er.
Ooh.
And then it was like and
Okay.
at the time he was in real estate, he was doing 9 to 5, but he was really offended. Like, what do you mean? Like a guy in 9 to 5, they're not good enough for you, or you do and it's not that. It's just the mindset. It's just the just everything around it. Like I'm gonna keep going. I'm not settled. I'm not complacent. I'm gonna keep going. I'm ambitious. Now you do have to change. You have to adjust, but that drive, that ambition is there. So I'm not just it's just it's just the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like real estate people kind of come together. Like you kind of have like attorneys marry attorneys, doctors marry doctors,
Right.
real estate people marry real estate people. But then sometimes you got to diversify. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll
So
speak to that.
Candace, next husband, I hope you quit your job before y'all get together. Cause
That's not what she said.
it ain't gonna
Not what I was saying.
But I mean, and I can speak to that to a degree, because my wife is a 9 to 5er. My wife is a 9 to 9er, by the way.
Whoa.
And she's watching. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. My wife loves her job. My wife's a real estate agent. Like I said, she's a secret agent.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't work her job, we probably could do really well as a real estate couple. So I do well as a real estate single.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's something right there. Real estate single.
Don't tell I said that.
Yeah, real estate.
She ain't watching.
She watching.
He said you're a real estate single.
Solo real estate.
Solo real estate.
You're a real estate single.
Solo real estate.
Real estate and dating.
But what I understand, I mean, like, there was times the purse was lean and, she carried us through it. So, shout out to my wife.
And that's a good shout out.
I'm going to give you that right now.
She's going to give you the shout out.
He gonna get something tonight.
It's gonna
Man gravy.
Wave. It's gonna go.
Yeah.
He gonna get some man
It's
gravy.
gonna go.
Say it again, Glenn.
But you're right. I get what you're saying. Even from the perspective of, some guys will be offended saying that you can't date a 9 to 5. It doesn't take anything away from y'all unsecure men. I mean, men that are not
Unsecure.
ready to be able to handle what she's saying.
Punk ass dudes.
I just like,
men.
Yeah.
But I mean, that I believe where a lot of men might miss it is, dude, appreciate what she's saying to you from the beginning, because that gives you an
absolutely.
Exactly, because you don't want to get in a situation where you can't maintain not just her lifestyle, but her mindset. Like you at work and you get off work at 5 and she on her way to a
Well, let me jump.
network.
I'm jumping right into that. Let me tell you something, boy. You got to schedule your time off, boy. She already in Miami, boy. You talking about, yeah, I think I got some time off this June. She like, boy, I done been to Belize already, boy. Belize me.
Work out of the country.
Believes me.
Right.
He like, I got some paid vacation in August. You want to do something in August? Boy, it's January. Boy, this ain't gonna work. Their relationship is done.
I feel trash.
I got a paid vacation in August. I get time and a half. Time and a who? Why you don't take
overtime?
Why you don't take go? Getting time and a half ass on well, what? What you gonna do for me?
You
What?
know what?
Your direct deposit didn't hit.
Out.
What the hell are we talking about?
Listen, man, shout out to all the 9 and 5ers out
Candace
there.
trying to clean it up. I ain't cleaning it up. Boy, y'all ain't gonna make it, boy. You need to find somebody at the job to be with, boy. So y'all can both get direct deposits late.
Oh my
Late
goodness.
direct, but you get yours. I ain't get mine neither. We gonna be broke together this weekend. Meanwhile, Candace out here.
Having to talk to HR.
HR. What you say? Get there on time, girl. You got time for coffee, girl. I can't start. I've been late all week. Boy, I'm late every morning. Nigga said direct deposit didn't hit this week. I don't even talk like that. Direct deposit, is that like a wire or no? Yeah, payroll.
Like, go to work, come home, go to sleep, to go to work the next
You got to
day.
get back from your desk. You away from your desk. What kind of desk is this? Does it walk, move? Jesus. I can't do this relationship. Every time I talk to him, he got to go away from his desk. Who owns the desk?
Oh, out of office reminder having
Yeah.
that.
Talking about your boss time sheet. What is a time
Oh,
sheet?
God.
But this sheet ain't for time. This relationship ain't gonna work. Thank you, Candace, for telling me early.
Hey, but look, I ain't gonna hit on the 9 to 5, baby. That HSA come in real handy.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you. Ain't
you gotta
nobody.
diversify
let me
the
tell you,
relationship.
Me, I ain't hating on the 9 to 5. My wife get on my. She always get on me. She be like, "Babe, everybody." I get that. It just ain't my life. That's all I'm saying, baby. It ain't my life. I'm up here with Glenn having drinks, going over on the show, texting John. I'm about to go kick it again after this. You look at my lifestyle like this nigga don't do nothing.
Real estate lifestyle is way different.
Hey, it is way different. What I do
But we
today,
work
I
a
got
lot.
drunk twice.
We work a lot though.
No.
We work every day.
They work a lot. I get drunk every day. What are you talking about? I mean, sushi and all kinds of stuff. I had Burger King today, sushi, Chick-fil-A,
Burger King is
steak
closing
and
down.
shake, Maggiano. I just spent $600 today on just eating out.
Maggiano's.
For no reason. I eat alone. I'm in real estate. I eat big boy meals by myself.
Sitting at the bar.
At the bar. Papa
It's
Do's
networking.
on the way.
It's networking.
It's networking. Hey, listen, you hit
It's
another
exposure.
topic, though, bro.
Huh?
You hit another topic. Look, I know we over time, but we hit
Yeah, we over time. Let me tell you, they still viewing though.
Mindset.
Entrepreneurship is a lonely game.
I know. I be at the bar by myself
Listen,
having
real estate-
drinks.
Real estate is a lonely game. When you can't get around people like us to have these types of conversations where people understand what you're going through, you try to explain it. I'm doing this deal and I'm going over here to do this, and the closing didn't happen, and the wire ain't come through, the title issues, and then they're looking at you like, what you talking about?
But that is an issue. Like, yeah, we had a hiccup on title. They like, how long it's gonna be for your title clear? Like, it could be tomorrow, today, later on. It don't matter. When is your direct deposit hit
Like I would
again?
say, picture dating somebody with a 9 to 5, and you tell them that you got these issues with your check coming in. Well, my direct deposit came through on Friday. That was for $2,000. I'm waiting on 20.
20,000. You know what though? My rush card usually get it in on Wednesdays. They said if we get a company rush card.
Payroll expenses. Like,
yeah, that
yeah.
kind of
And
stuff.
so
Real
it's
talk.
really because
They making
honestly-
deals with you like, hey, baby, you know, on vacation, I'm gonna pay for the hotel. Can you do everything else?
Oh my God.
Can you do everything else?
Oh, I hate that.
Can you do everything else, baby? The hotel, but you go to the hotel $200 a night. You're like, boy, this ain't my standard. I just made 20 grand. We stay at $500 a night room. They like, that too much. That's my whole check. The relationship ain't gonna work. You on here bargain hunting. I want a lifestyle. I need a hotel that's got a piano downstairs.
I can't.
You down here with the Marachi
Hey,
band.
wait a minute, hold on. That's the opposite of me and my wife. I'm trying to look for the budget hotel. She want the one for $500 a month.
That because she knows she's dealing with Big Willie, Big Silly. She gave you another kid, boy. He's 6 years old. She let you hit that 6 years ago, boy. You got Glenn, boy. You got at least 6 more years. He need to be a teenager before you start making deals.
Hey,
You owe her, but she let you for one more time,
she on here clouded too, by the way.
boy. One more time. She like, boy, hey, his money real good. Let her hit that thing one more time.
Okay.
6-year-old. Glenn, don't you ever come? Glenn said I'm 50 with a 6-year-old. She saw the beauty in you.
I cannot.
I'm gonna let him hit this thing one more time. Lock him in. I need 18 more years of this.
I
Hey,
can't.
Glenn,
I
boy,
can't.
I ain't
What
mad
you-
to tell your wife
what
she
you
is
think?
amazing.
Since she got me for my bed.
What? Man gravy. She was like, boy, I've been living a good life. You know what?
Go on, key the party. Stop.
You want this?
I can't take it.
Glenn hit that. That's 6 years old. Let me tell y'all, if you got,
Is your wife the same age? Are y'all the same age?
No, she's younger.
she's younger. Ooh, boy, they definitely had to lock him in, boy.
Yeah.
Glenn
she's
pay
about
good
4 years
bills.
younger. Man,
Yeah.
boy, you got me over here
Glenn-
sweating.
Hey, Glenn, let me tell y'all something. If you on here and you 50 with a 6-year-old, that woman said, I got to lock this in. It was good 7 years ago. He gave me a good life 7 years ago.
Okay.
Mama, why you and daddy have me so late? Well, your daddy got that good, boy.
I can't.
His money good. He slays me.
I can't.
Glenn
Oh
told me he
my
50 with a
God.
6-year-old. Well, she let him hit that thing good 6 years ago. Damn, Glenn.
Shout out to Black family.
Man, yes,
What?
man. Shout out
Shout
to
out to the
Black
Black
This is
family.
beautiful.
Black
love.
love.
I want to give a shout
Little
out.
gravy.
He gave
Little gravy.
five.
She picking the baby
man.
up right now. To myself, look, your daddy, your daddy, boy, your daddy, boy. I'm telling you,
He got a little boy.
he done
too.
created a whole nother show too, about to get us some more money. Glenn about to be 55 with a 5-year-old. She gonna let you hit that thing one more again.
Oh my God.
One more again.
She younger too.
She younger,
ready.
too.
She ready.
Nicole Murphy had him at 50. What? No, that was who had a baby at 50? Janet. Janet had at 50.
Oh,
Glenn,
man.
I think you got one more in you.
Hey, look,
He's
we
swimming.
We ain't got a billion yet.
You ain't got a billion. You didn't have a billion 7 years ago, and she let you hit it. Somebody with a whole 6-year-old. This man got a whole kindergarten.
I can't.
Walking around here giving out man gravy.
I can't take it.
Bro, how is you keeping it together over there, bro?
He grew up with me. He grew up with me. He been around me all the time. I'm from Atlanta. I be telling y'all, people be seeing DC Young Fly, Chris Tucker, and all these Atlanta personalities. The way y'all laughing right now, this is how elementary school was, junior high, high school. We was always like this. We be in somebody's basement doing this for hours. So it comes natural.
But see, guess what? That's how you can work and it doesn't feel like work. And
It
you have your
doesn't feel like
dream,
work.
your dream clients. I have a formula for that. How to have the dream clients in a dream situation so you can work and it doesn't feel like work.
Exactly. Oh, again, shout out to Terry in the Wealth Group. Glenn, I'm gonna keep him going, boy. I'm gonna make Glenn pee on himself. I'm gonna make him pee on himself. He got them old man bows down, boy. You know what I'm saying? He got the depends on. Man, get you the We trying to get Depends sending us a check. Can Depends send us a check? Glenn wearing Depends right now. The ones with the thong. The thong. He got the thong Depends. He got the thong Depends on.
Visual, don't do it. Depends on.
Hey, can we get a check from Depends? We got the thong Depends on. Every time you see that commercial, you be like, I hope one day I don't have to do that commercial. Cause the people on the commercial be kind of sexy, but you be like, they be like old and sexy. Hey, I'm telling you now though.
Oh my God,
boy, Glenn, I'm gonna have him peeing on himself. But what he gonna tell you? I peed a little bit. You know you old, you pee a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh no.
You like, boy, I was trying to make it to the bathroom. I almost didn't make it, boy. I peed a little bit.
Oh no, the prostate. The prostate.
But the bowels ain't as strong as they used to be. Boy.
The prostate.
You be like, boy, as soon as you feel it, you got to go. Can't hold it like you used to. I made pee. I be telling my wife, she be like, I gotta use the bathroom. I got TT boo boo. You got TT boo boo? You got TT boo boo? You got TT boo boo like a little kid. I got TT boo boo.
One or two.
Cause soon as she says she gotta go to the bathroom, boy, Glenn, I am pulling over. I am pulling over, boy. But depends.
How old is your son?
9. But I'm only 42. So I was still, so she let me hit it one more time, but she was like, this it. My wife told me it was a cutoff. She was 35. She like, boy, I'm gonna tell you now, I want a baby. I want it with you. Now you can even give it to me or I can take it. But my cutoff is 35. And that's exactly what happened. I got snipped.
Oh, you did?
I got snipped. Glenn ain't snipped yet. That's how I know you're gonna have another one. He ain't gonna get slipped. Glenn over here drinking Kool-Aid out of Smart water bottle. I'm telling you now, boy, we trying to get it every type of which way. He got a V8 in a Smart water bottle. I can't. But my wife cut me off though.
I can't even drink this. He gonna be right with me, spit it out.
See, I got snipped, and it took every bit about 20 minutes. My wife dropped me off and had a conversation. I came back, she was still on the phone. The doctor was like, we done. She like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, what were you doing? She like, I was on a call. No support. Yeah, she was working. She out there.
You wanted her to come in and hold your
hand.
I
had to hold my hand. It took 3 nurses. I sweat, boy, that was pressure. Doctor was like, come on in here. He's like, prep it up. I was like, prep me. But it took it, but to get not circumcised, but to get snipped, that is about 20 minutes for $800. For about $800, 20 minutes. They're like, you want to go through your insurance? I said, how much? They said $800. I said, how much my insurance cover? They said the insurance only cover about $60. I said, well, that don't make sense. Go and charge me the $800 then, boy. But Glenn, let me tell you, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate this show.
Man,
We gonna keep people laughing.
Hey, bro.
Candace came in here and kept her straight. She kept on track. Shout out to the Wealth Group.
Shout out to the Wealth Group.
Shout out to Terry and the Wealth Group.
The
The Wealthy Group. The Wealthy Group. Let me get it right. The Wealthy
Definitely.
Group. Shout out to Terry. Terry's always high energy. Calvin. That's the thing about y'all see Terry and Calvin. Terry be high energy. Calvin be over there like an old pimp. Calvin is an old pimp. Absolutely. Gervy Law is bringing us pizza right now. This is amazing. Please shout out to Gervy Law. If you guys don't know, Gervy is our light-skinned brother. He is not white. Gervy is light-skinned. You come to Gervy Law to close, and you're gonna hear Tupac West Coast music the whole closing. Gervy have you stand behind after closing. You be like, man, y'all want to get a drink? Y'all want to hang out? I love Gervy. Shout out to Gervy Law.
Shout out to Gervy.
It's just no. You said just like any other law firm. No, Gervy is better.
Oh, thank you.
Gervy is better. She in the camera? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But no, again, big shout out to Gervy Law. We want to give a shout out to them. Thank you so much. He just brought us some pizza, Papa John's. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about that though. The cherries. Oh, Candace, how are the cherries?
They're good.
The cherries is good. Candace had cherries in her Sprite, and we're gonna have after dark too when we go in the other room.
Yeah,
we're gonna show how we really live. Some of the stuff we can't talk about. Thank you again.
Man.
Big shout out to Gervy Law for allowing us to be here and do this. Centrally located. What's the address? Let me get Gervy Law's address.
I can't remember.
We in Brookhaven next to Pink Pony.
Strip club reference.
Hey, strip club reference. Y'all know the Pink Pony. You go to Gervy Law.
I'm trying to shout out to people that's watching.
No, Drew. That cause you still over that thing about that nakedness. He like, I'm gonna hit it tonight and make another baby. I gotta do it before I'm 52. Your wife be like, he gonna get this. Tell you next time y'all see
drink my drink.
Glenn over here with V8 and a smart water bottle.
So, shout out to
he got tomato juice.
Sweating.
So we get some more stars. So
man, please star us up, man. Star us up. Pay us. If y'all like this comedy and y'all like this educational real estate talk, please send us money because we want to get Glenn snipped. If you would like to help the cause of Glenn being snipped, please donate. You too can stop man gravy from flowing through the veins of another child. For $2.
I would not be cutting off my man gravy.
Right. Why you?
Glenn don't need. Let me tell you something. Glenn don't need to put up no more man gravy. He got a 6-year-old right now at 62 years old. They gonna be calling him daddy, granddaddy. Who that is? Your granddaddy, daddy? That's your granddaddy, daddy. That's your granddaddy, daddy, ain't it? Hey, man, after school program supposed to be over for you. Ain't no more ASP for you, Glenn. What the hell you doing? Gervy Law, 1934 North Druid Hills Road, Unit B. Come upstairs.
It's a whole situation.
Glenn still paying for ASP?
Oh,
golly.
Oh man!
I sent my kid to school early because ASP is a ripoff. They be like $7 a day, but let you be late though. $7 a minute.
Get a fan of this joint.
What? Ooh, Candy, you got no kids? Huh?
No.
Ooh, Candy, you know what? Candy's gonna make a good wife, mama, auntie.
I'm gonna be the babies. My husband, see, I already know he's gonna have kids, and his kids are gonna have kids, and the grandbabies.
Ooh. Candace gonna be that mom. She gonna be that mom. That's that cool mom, right? Well, she always get to slide in. Like, I know your daddy don't like you, but guess what?
Y'all need to work that out.
Y'all need your daddy don't like you, but you can always call me. Huh? Call me. I know your daddy don't like you. When I got with you, your daddy don't like you. You don't like you because he don't like your mama. I know he always telling you act just like your mama. That's why he don't like you. Call stepmama Candace though. Stepmama Candace always got $20 for you. Bonus mom Candace.
Bonus mom.
He said you gonna have the kids in therapy.
They went therapy before I met. Candace just trying to be the light in the whole thing. She came in and stepped in.
They gonna be like, "Oh, daddy, we like her.
We like her." It's gonna be that one. It's gonna be that one kid that don't like her though because she's so cool. You know, if you got multiple kids, one kid because she's so cool. See, you got one kid that's like, she so cool. My brother and sister like her, but somebody got to not like her. Somebody got to not like her because she's so damn cool. But then that kid gonna go through some, and you gonna call Candace. And now it's gonna be, Daddy, we don't even like you no more. We just like Candace. We just like Candace. Candace gonna be able to come in and slide out. Buy everybody joys for Christmas and slide out.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna be on the yacht somewhere.
Oh my
But
goodness.
did you see?
Gonna be traveling.
Did you see Stepmama Candace? That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Daddy, you need to get your weight up, Daddy. Stepmom was in Belize me. In Belize me.
Like, y'all gotta take care of Candace.
Cassiana gave us some more stars.
Cassiana, man, we owe Cassiana some. When we gonna have you on the show?
I haven't seen her in a while. Hey, girl.
We gonna have Cassiana on the show. And Cassiana was calling me the Suge Knight of
Yes,
she called Suge
man.
Knight. I am like, because if you don't want people,
Death Row Real Estate.
Yeah, Death Row Real
yeah,
Estate.
Death Row Real Estate. Shout out to
You don't want
Cassiana
them
on
all
that.
in you.
If you trying to be coached and you don't want people lying to you,
Not answering your call.
not answering your calls,
Taking your deals.
ain't got no deals themselves.
Whoa.
Score. Score. They're like, yeah, work on this deal right here. No, that deal didn't work out.
Closed it
It
and
closed
without you.
Boy, but I got that deal, boy. We only made like about 1,500 on it, but I can give you 500 of it, boy. Give you five. We only made 1,500, but go look at the hood. No one them folk can't read no hood. Boy, read the HUD statement. Why you don't know how to read no HUD statement, boy? Everything on this side.
It's a setup. It's a setup.
Everything on this side is what we got.
Setup.
As you can see right there, it says 0.
It's a setup.
It says 0.
Set up.
Yeah, we supposed to get points on the loan. We ain't get no points on the loan, so we ain't make no money. Oh, what that fee is right there, consultant fee. We not the consultant, man. We the seller, man. We not the consultant, duh. You see that agent fee right there? That's who got the money. Call her. Call her. That's a whole 3% that went to her of your money.
She put a Suge Ron and Pastor Glenn.
But it's what it is, boy. Wow, 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 wow. Man, we are having a good time in here, man. I look forward to this show every week. Make sure. Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
We gotta
Candace,
wrap it
I gotta
up.
get Candace out of here.
Oh man.
I gotta get Glenn out of here. He got a baby to go make, man. My engineer is the king of man gravy. He looked like he just climbed off something. My boy came in.
You see what's going on. Y'all see what's going on. Because see, he just did confess his man gravy got diluted.
Woo! Jesus!
He jealous.
Jesus.
See? You see where it's coming from?
My man gravy is definitely diluted. It won't get no more of this. Adrian Denmark, you got the last of it, baby. That's it. We shoot dog water over here.
So,
Ski.
you know, he's grieving.
I'm grieving.
He's grieving
I'm
that
hurt.
man gravy.
I'm hurt.
You said you shoot
Concentration.
Dog water. Shoot dog water over here, boy. Y'all ain't getting no more of this. I got 4 boys. I'm done. It's
no more DNA.
Because one thing about that man gravy, when they grow up, they turn 21. When they turn 21, you should be looking at them like, boy, I should have just told your mama no. I should have, boy. Ooh, boy, the more I teach you, the dumber I get. Boy, that night your mama said, come in, I should have said, hell no. They don't stop growing up. They don't stop making decisions. One of my sons, I bought him a 4Runner. He wrecked the car. The insurance company called me and said, can we talk to you about your accident? I said, what accident? I asked him about it. I said, why you didn't tell me you had an accident? He said, I just didn't tell you. Jesus. Give me that man gravy back. Give me that back. Let's do this in reverse. Can I get that back? Yeah, I just didn't tell you.
And you was like, pop.
Right. And it's crazy because
that's like your instinct, like
we looking at the back of the truck, and we had cracking jokes. I'm like, boy, you done hit someone. You bagged. I said, what happened? He said, I hit a pole. I said, boy, you hit a pole. He hit a pole. Hey, y'all, he hit a pole. He hit a pole. 2 days
whole
later,
accident.
Whole accident. They'd already filed a claim and everything. The people filed a claim. They were 3 days ahead. They already got the money, filed a claim. And we got the same name.
Oh, man.
Well, let me tell you something. Stop naming these boys after you. Get that boy his own identity. Your credit report would thank you.
Right.
Think they stole my credit report like,
oh, man.
I never lived in Paulding County. Oh,
That is
Jesus.
something else. All right, man. Look, we gotta wrap this up, man.
I'm trying to let y'all.
Candace, take us home. What you got to tell the folks before we get out of here?
Candace, give your information. How they get in touch with what you do.
Yeah.
Your dating site and.
I'm exclusive.
She exclusive.
I'm exclusive.
I mean, you can't afford
You have
her.
to.
You can't afford her.
You have to know someone that knows me.
These are facts.
Right.
No, these are facts.
Right.
These are facts.
Yeah, it better be at the wealthy group meeting.
To-
You gonna have to pay her fee to get in to see her.
Jesus. Go ahead.
Yep. So Candace Conley. You can just find me on here on Facebook. Go on my link. I have a Linktree link and set up a discovery call. So my sweet spot right now is I like working with agents and teaching them how to be investor friendly. So that's, my passion. I want to share. If you're an agent or you're thinking about getting into real estate, let's connect and talk about how you can get your career started and work with investors and invest for yourself. So that's my sweet spot right now. So find me on Facebook. You can also find me on Cashflow Candace on Instagram. And Candace is Candis. Hit the link in the bio, Linktree, set up a discovery call.
So, fellas, if you want to date Candace, you need to set up a discovery call. You're going to discover some shit.
They're going to have to
discover that your job ain't going to get it.
Listen.
Discover you ain't got enough money.
Listen, anybody I'm with, we're going to have money.
Go through that discovery
We're
call.
going to have money. We're going to have money. We're going to have it. We're going to build together.
2 jobs.
And we're going to have it.
Set up that discovery call. I'm interested to hear how that call go. Because you definitely can't get to her dating the regular way. Because she just told you. Discovery call. Hey, Candace, I'm not calling about real estate. I was calling and saying maybe we can go out.
Oh, God, that's the worst. As a woman in real estate, that's the only, oh, my God, that's the thing. That's the fake guys that want to talk about business, but their whole objective is to talk to you. I've had, it's like the real estate girl crush, or it's some guys, they just I think they just target real estate agents. They just want to talk to real estate agents. They talk to, or it's a lot of guys in real estate, maybe a contractor or someone else. They'll kind of have that dream couple idea, but I have to participate in that. I have to think the same thing too. So you can't just come with this perception that you see us being a dream couple when I don't even know who you are.
Right.
Discovery call.
I don't even know who you are, sir. You're a stranger, and you got a dream couple perception already in your head from from knowing me on social media. You have already feel like you know me, and now you're reaching out, and we're gonna be a dream couple. Absolutely not. That is the weirdest thing. You come off as a weirdo. I'm not lying. I just have to say it's a lot of weirdos that kind of come to me that way, and that's kind of like that social media thing.
I think Candace is on to something with the discovery call. It can also be for relationships. Don't just call her if you want to discover Candace by setting up a call so that you can put in your name, your number, your information, and she can check you out and set up a call where you can go through those questions instead of just trying to go straight to the product.
I just want to add one real quick thing to that. Now I ain't been single for some time, but I would certainly say in the
6-year-old boy. boy, he's still getting naked. At 50 Glenn,
don't be hating on Glenn Gray because your man Gravy ain't the same. Don't hate. Don't be hating on this man Gravy.
Hey. Look, talking about my
man. You ain't trying to hate on your man Gravy.
Hey, let me tell you, I want y'all to stay together on that. Glenn, let the record show. I am so jealous you can still make kids. Where are all the cameras?
With my 4 boys.
I got 4 boys. $3,000 a month child support. I'm so bad. I'm Glenn, let me tell you something. I'm so jealous.
Well, look, all the rest of my kids are grown.
Because let me tell you something.
6-year-old.
My wife put me on child support, but I'm liable to die. I would have died. I just die right there.
So how many baby mamas?
Just one. I got one with my current wife. I had 2 with my ex-wife, and I got my stepson.
So why you talking about just one? You got 3 baby mamas.
I got 2 baby mamas. Well, I got 1 wife and a baby mama.
Yeah, you got
a wife and a baby. My current wife,
who I got a 9-year-old with, who is the most awesome kid in the world. Love him so much.
We was at the
what-
pool that one day.
Yeah,
We
he
were
was.
hanging-
That's my baby. That's
Mhm.
my baby. That's my best friend. I love him. Yes. Oh yeah.
So so you had 3 kids with your previous wife. 2.
Yeah.
And then 1 with your wife.
Yeah, my wife
But
had a
then
son
what-
already,
Oh, gotcha.
and they grew. I had him since he was 5.
Gotcha.
Since he
That's
was
good
5.
stuff.
Yeah. So Champ, that's my old. That's the oldest. I call him my oldest. Then Boogie, 21, 20.
Okay.
Both Boogie's about to be 21 in May. So I'm about to have 2 21-year-olds and an 18-year-old all living in one of my houses. So Glenn,
You talk to them about man gravy?
all the time.
You give them a handbook?
We
What's
got a
their
group,
man?
we got a group chat, a family chat.
Uh-huh.
I tell them
Listen,
that
boy, you got 21-year-old. You about to have some more babies, but you put man gravy into the night.
and that's my point right there.
The man gravy with his endowed child is gonna flow through our grandchild. Therefore, my man gravy ain't got to flow no more. Cut off.
Gravy done. Lick the bowl. Wipe it out. Get it out. That little thing you pour for gravy. I broke it. As soon as you wiped it out, I broke the whole thing. Can't no more gravy go in here. You get my gravy, it's gonna come out a cup.
A coffee cup.
Don't be hating on Glenn, man.
Glenn,
Don't
you
hate over there.
Glenn, you keep on. Glenn, I hope you have 2 more. Hope you have 2 more. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you that the stuff that my oldest kids don't put me through, boy. I don't want no more. You get no more. Nobody else.
Hey,
You can get no more gravy.
listen, I'm not saying I won't. If I do,
We know, Glenn.
it's a blessing. But I think we done now.
You think you done?
Yeah, I think we done.
Yeah. No. I shouldn't. I did the surgery
I wanted
myself.
to say, man.
Burned it like a weed bag.
Oh,
What was I saying? I don't even know what-
we closing them out, Glenn.
I'm trying.
We closing them out. Don't he wanted.
That's why $800. Pulled it together and took a lighter and just burnt the top of it.
Oh my god.
ain't no more.
Okay, so for those of y'all that watch this, that are watching, this is why y'all got to tune in every week. I don't know how we're gonna be able to ever get off this show, but y'all definitely got to tune in next week. Candace coming back next week. We got somebody else next week.
I got Sion and Sion and Shauna coming next week.
Okay.
I want you guys to weigh in. Did y'all think Candace was a great host with us? Did we have good chemistry? Carmel, she said yes.
She
Yeah.
not here, remember?
Boy,
I'm just lying.
Don't get no Rico case with him.
I'm just lying. Ain't nobody in the audience right now. It's definitely not Carmelito from the wealthy group. She is not here. Okay. She's not here.
I tell you.
She is not here wearing a green blouse. She is not here wearing a green blouse. She's not here. Okay, she is not at Gurvey Law right now. 1934, 19 Georgia his. Okay. Hey, can someone edit that out?
Can someone edit it out? I did not mean to say that. Candy that remind me we both snitches. Candy snitch first.
Look, you hear he trying to sell me out.
Candy snitch first.
I'm telling you now, in this part of my life,
I am a snitch. I am too old to go through anything.
Right, look. I'm telling on everybody.
I'm too old to go through anything. I told my boys. I go to my boy's house. When I go to the house, I be seeing all kinds of stuff, and I walk right back out the door. So I'm telling you now, the police ask me what's going on. I'm snitching on my kids. It's my house. Get him out of there.
Yes, sir. He did have that over there, sir.
He sure did. I'm not going to jail for my kids. And I'm not doing it.
He's 21. He can do it.
He's 21.
Told all of them, they 21.
But we got a family text, so I tell them that any woman that they deal with or sleep with, like, you got to understand, she has if y'all have a baby with her, she has a rightful heir to my throne that I built. Like, you have to, like, when you guys are laying down, like, you guys, our goal was to buy each one of our boys a house, and we're there. So if you lay down with somebody and she has a kid, that girl has the right to the throne.
But guess what? You can protect all of that in your trust.
No,
You can
absolutely.
protect all of that in your
No.
in all that.
Those are the actual assets.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is that baby,
That never goes away.
that baby is always going to have a case that can be pleaded against uncle, grandma,
Granddad,
always they always have a right to be apart. And that's the thing now, because I don't even think our culture don't even really understand how trust work or land. They don't even really understand that. But ask me how many baby mamas have that stopped. They like, nah, you're gonna be here, fool. You're gonna pay their child support.
Did you want a daughter?
I did. I would love
You want
that.
a little girl?
I would love to. I tried. I thought this last one was gonna be a little girl. If I knew it was gonna be a little girl, I go re-man gravy back.
But now you know.
I go unfold and
But you know you can't, because actually me and my ex-husband, we were actually going to plan to have boy twins.
And y'all was gonna genetically do it?
Well, you fertilize, so you extract your egg and the sperm, you fertilize them. Once they're fertilized, you know the gender, and then you can implant the gender. So you can say, okay, I want to implant 2 boy embryos, and the fact that 1 or 3 would take, and then you can implant like the girl embryo.
If you want to have a boy, he hit it from the back
for his girl.
Yeah,
you need to donate some man gravy so you can have a girl.
So you have a girl. No, can't that too much. If you want boys, you gotta let them hit it from the back. If you want girls, you gotta ride cowboy. But right when you gotta put the leg up on the right side.
On the last,
you gotta grab his big toe. Yeah. Grab his big toe.
Okay. That's
grab his big toe.
But why you ain't
and
do
then
that?
rub his head.
You ain't do that though.
Girl, I'm too much. I'm focused. When I'm in there, I'm focused, girl.
You ain't make that.
Boy, I'm in there like a jet.
You
boy,
ain't
I'm in
make
there.
that little girl.
I couldn't make a boy. See, it took too much to do to. Boy, I'm in there. Boy, I'm in there like an old pimp on a hole in the block, boy. Give me my money. But it's too much. It's too much.
This has been the real life real estate investing show.
It's all about your mindset.
Where we talked about real life and real estate. No, but listen,
y'all ever had sex in a model home? Well, yeah. Oh, I knew. That's why I asked Glenn. I looked at you. Ain't nowhere in the hell she sold a builder that model home off the chain. Look at that. She still got videos in there. That's why she got an Android phone. She got to lock them pictures. She like, iCloud ain't gonna get these. Ooh, boy, she got some model home stories. Hey, you a builder? You got lot 7? Meet me at lot 7. I hit that thing in lot 7.
I think that's what real estate couples do.
Yeah,
do it in houses.
She had sex in lot 7. She in there showing the house. She like, don't sit right there. Don't sit right there.
We got a little crust of that.
Last night. Let me tell you.
We replace all the houses.
One thing about on-site and building. Let me tell you something. We were building and we used to have a community. What you expect? We got keys. We got a master key to 7 or 8 houses that are finished. After the club on a Saturday night.
Hell no.
Hotel.
Hell no. Nah.
I mean, no hotel. This is my first marriage. We ain't gotta go to no hotel, girl. Let me tell you something. You want to take her to the Marriott? You want to take her to a $400,000 house with a shower, and she can sleep as long as she wants to. I gotta go home.
Ain't no check out time.
That was pretty creative.
Yeah. I
want to wait for that one.
Yeah.
Today's show is sponsored by
Depends.
Depends.
Man gravy and depends. Thong edition.
And the number one message is don't be a hater of other people's
man gravy. Okay. Don't be.
Be honest with yourself.
Be honest with yourself.
Candace is definitely coming back.
You know.
Glenn like Candace.
Man gravy.
Glenn like Candace. Candace got his back because she can talk that shit. Let me tell you something. I like Candace. I like Candace. Candace can hold that man gravy. She can hold that man gravy if you want to. I ain't holding back. When I snipped, I damn so snipped. When he did it, I had to make sure. I like, Doc, you sure? I'm telling you now, for baby pop out, Doc, I want my 800 back. I want my 800 back, and I'm suing. I'm suing, Glenn. I want everything in the pipes out. Out.
Man gravy's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. It ain't gotta be the same. It ain't spicy.
He says dog water.
It ain't spicy. It tastes like a gordita now.
Ain't no more protein in it.
Yeah. Hey, you throw the protein now.
This has been the real life real estate investing.
Real estate lifestyle. If you're not with someone that is in the same lifestyle, just be supportive of it and understand it. That's really the mindset. Because I don't really think that it's not that 9 to 5ers.
Discovery call.
entrepreneurs.
Discovery call.
But they
that's
just
what I
have
was
to
gonna say, yeah.
understand it and be supportive of that lifestyle because
Can
it
they-
is different.
gonna
It's
be hard.
different.
You can be
It's-
supportive.
It's different.
You
It's
can be
different.
supportive
It's different.
at 20,
different.
25,
Mhm.
but at 40, 45, that person with that 9 to 5 is working for 30 years, and you with your 30-year entrepreneur, clash.
I mean,
Clash.
it can.
This person is
It
used.
can work. I
It
mean,
can
like,
work.
I got paid time off in August. You like, man, it's October. You talking about next year? I can't do this. She's like, right before Christmas, can we leave like on Christmas Day? Because I got to work Christmas morning. What? I'm not even gonna be here the week of Christmas. This ain't gonna work, Candace.
I wanted to say the point that she made. Talking about the discovery call. Then we're gonna get out of here. Man, I gotta call these people. The point that you made about supporting the person that's an entrepreneur, and the discovery call to that degree. In the day and age that we're in, single people should understand that, especially if you're approaching someone that's already set, you're talking about 40 plus years old.
Yeah.
They're pretty much set. They're on the way that they're going. You got to be prepared to fall in line of sorts. Now, of course, falling in line sometimes can be y'all meshing things together. But at the same time, don't come on the scene thinking that you, especially with a 9 to 5, thinking you're going to change this person to get with what you got going on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And just keep in mind what she said from the beginning. A high value man or woman,
Mhm.
it's not just about how much money you make.
That's it.
What is it about though?
It's about the character of the person.
Absolutely.
It's who the person is. I know it is. You gotta have both. It's definitely both.
So
And that's why I
what do you
left.
say it
That
is? What
is,
do you say
I
it is?
left the money.
I'm too old for character. I need the money. That character shit went out the window back when I cared. I don't care no more.
You don't care no more.
Then I'm gonna believe. I'm out of here. You shit better be together. I told my wife told, she said this right here. She ain't doing no man projects. Your ass better come together already.
Yeah. Real
She-
time. I'm not
she-
coaching and
not
developing
coaching.
no man. I'm not coaching and developing no man. But they have this thing where they call it Barber the Builder.
Barber the
Okay?
Builder.
They was like, if you're gonna be Barber the Builder, and no, I am not coaching and developing a man at this point. I feel like a man will have built his kingdom and then he wants his queen, that he has a place that he has already established for her. And then he would say, how does a man builds his life, and then he has a life partner, but the woman comes in to multiply whatever he has going on.
Absolutely.
So that's the whole thing. So it's like I'm ready to kind of get in place of my kingdom with my king. He's built the kingdom, and he's ready for the king.
And
queen.
and I would definitely
The
say
queen
that
brings value.
there are some men that are still building, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I
that
say
is
Glenn, build, but have a foundation, my brother.
that's kind of where
Yeah,
I'm going.
yeah.
And that foundation, I keep in mind, there are so many different people that have gone through so many different things in their lives.
Yeah.
And people meet people at different stages,
Absolutely.
and different paths.
Absolutely.
Right. And those people that have certain paths
Come on,
that
church.
don't come with that foundation.
Jesus. Come on.
Certain people have to understand that there is no, when we're talking about mindset,
Yeah.
right? Many, you'll have a guy that's okay. I got a good job, making 6 figures, whatever you want to call it, drive a nice car, nice, but you still got mama issues, and those issues haven't
That's
been
a
dealt
big
with.
one with
Right.
the man.
Well, that's
If
a whole
man
nother show.
doesn't trust,
That's a
if
whole
a man
nother show.
has issues with
Yeah.
his mom, and he doesn't trust, and he will never trust another woman until that's resolved.
I had that issue.
I didn't grow up with my
before
mom,
Before
so,
I met my wife,
yeah.
I had that issue, and I was
I had to
actually,
get
during the
raised
time
in that
I met
space.
her.
I had to get raised in that space.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like when me and my wife first started dating, it was made became aware to me that I had issues with my mom that I didn't even recognize.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get those things together. I mean, it was still a process.
Mm-hmm.
I had to recognize it first in order for me to be able to overcome those issues, in order to be able to get into a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's the thing I would say to anybody,
Healthy
men
relationship.
or women, prepare yourselves, not just for the person that you're going to be with, but also prepare yourself to get over the person that you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you can't, we all come with our own set of baggage in
Yeah.
other ways. We just have to be able to figure those things out before we bring them into a new situation.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
that's a whole.
let me tell you something.
We got,
and it's like when everybody got baggage, everybody got stuff. So it's like you got to find somebody that y'all baggage is compatible.
Yeah.
And some people aren't even aware of their baggage. So if somebody's not aware, if they're not even self-aware to even know what they're dealing with, that's a red flag. Because everybody has their stuff.
That's the biggest thing of being aware, because you may leave this earth and not even get
you
past
will never
being
ever
aware of it and the triggers of it. Yes. Like I'm telling, I'm at an age now where I got friends who are dying from diseases, so I don't have time to build nothing with nobody that ain't already got something to even stand on. So if it don't work with me and my wife right now, I'm gonna drag every woman I date, because I'm not gonna commit. I'm not gonna work on nothing. I'm not gonna do it. It's just where I am in life right now.
If you got a divorce and you were single right now, you're gonna be emotionally unavailable. You would have to go through that whole healing process.
Absolutely.
And then if you say you guys have been together 15 years, that'll be, think about that, 7.5 years.
I'll be 50 years, but according to Glenn, I can still have a baby. Yeah.
Have your little girl.
Have my little girl. Oh, we Candace started something. Candace,
you gonna fix the man gravy.
Boy, I'm gonna reattach the hose.
But
you know, you get the vacuum and the little piece come off. I'm just gonna put it back together and screw it on.
When I was 41 or 42, not when I was 50, by the way.
Yeah. But he got a 6-year-old fifth. I don't care how you don't. I don't care what age of math you do going backwards.
Older and older every week.
50. Glenn, when you be 51?
Next year.
Yeah. So you already turned 50 this year. So
no,
50,
I'll be 50 in June.
In June, 50 this year. Yeah. So 49 right now. Then we 50. So yeah, baby, 43, 42. Yeah. So you're gonna be 7 this year.
Yeah.
You're gonna be 7, yeah. Okay. I ain't gonna be. Okay, put the math.
And listen, this is what I say for the cats that have gotten to a certain age in life, and you've lived a certain way, and you want to change that way of living. This is what it was for me. Have a baby at 40-some years old. It'll change your way of living.
Yeah, have a baby change your way.
I got a whole lot of stuff that I put in perspective.
Well, I ain't changed. Well, let me tell you something. We got a 9-year-old.
All of my other children are grown. But when this little one came, it changed the whole way I look at things.
Let me tell you something. We almost like empty nesters.
I can't buy no $300 shoes. I can't feed them to that little kid.
Yeah, you can't buy $300.
And what's the point of it? Like,
what, buy $300 shoes?
Well, and for me,
I like the party.
Most of what I do,
I be seeing you and your wife out till y'all be kicking it.
Yeah,
I want to be a reflection for this young man. You know what I mean? Because there's some point, especially the way we live, with everything being visible, at some point he's going to get of age and he's going to see the man I was at that time, and then compared to the man that I will be at a certain time of his age. I want all of that reflection to be something that he can be proud of.
Yeah, I'm not going for proud.
Why are we talking about this?
How
did we get into a whole nother show?
Glenn, let me just tell you something. I'm not going for proud. I don't really care if my kid's proud of me. I don't really care. Proud of me? Proud of me? You gotta
listen.
Stop it.
Why do I need your approval?
I want my kids to be able to tell their grandkids about me.
No, look, Glenn.
Stop it.
Either fuck me or don't.
Or don't. Your life, wait.
Stop
is your life good or what? It ain't good? Go do your own thing then, my dude. That's what I'm talking about. Proud of me. I don't need to be proud of me. They had no kids. I hope you're proud of me. Proud of me for doing what? Boy, I did a lot of shit.
I want my kids to be able to tell their grandkids and their kids.
And they were proud of you?
Legacy.
I want my kids to be able to say, Granddaddy was that dude, by on God, but he left for about 10, 15 hours.
Hey, see.
But I'm gonna tell you something though. He loved mama, boy. He loved your mama a little bit. He was just a little bit. He just right there, just like boo. But he loved his mama a whole lot. And are y'all proud of him? Yeah, we proud of him.
We gotta get out of here. Babies. We're into a whole other show right now.
Yeah, we trust fund babies. We're not proud of him.
Be self-aware. The key is being self-aware to take. You got to be self-aware of yourself, where you want to go, and your mindset has to adjust to that.
Definitely.
Tell them kids.
All right. Take us out of here.
Till next time.
Listen, I want to say again, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to be back next week. It's going to get even more live. Candace, you coming back to hang out with us?
I'm going to come in the audience. I like Shauna and Sion. I like them.
I'm going to bring them.
Okay, cool.
They got some real stuff. I told Shauna, wear the exact same shirt you wore on Instagram. Trying to be out there showing how this.
So y'all be ready for another
It's gonna
extensive
be
show.
Sion, my dude too. That's my dude. So we're gonna get the crack gonna get wide open. We might do that show after 9 o'clock. Because it's gonna get the crack gonna get wide open.
So listen, here's another thing I want to make sure I tell folks. Soon we're gonna be having this show at a location where you can actually come in and sit in the audience and participate. So we're gonna be getting that set up. So stay tuned, y'all.
They're gonna have samples of man gravy.
Let me tell you something. I need. Oh Jesus! She made me weak right there.
Gravy over there for you.
Yeah, you want salted or unsalted?
You want salted or unsalted?
Oh,
now that's what mine. That's me right there.
I'm lemon pepper man gravy.
Yes, Lord. Glenn got that spicy and hot and mild.
So we would no longer be talking about my man gravy on the show.
I got that. I got that lemon pepper wet. It's just wet.
It's man, but no gravy.
Man,
Right.
I got that lemon pepper.
You got that man gravy
yes.
in me.
I got that. I got that lemon pepper. I got that lemon
What's
pepper.
it called?
Man gravy envy.
Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. Yeah.
The
We can.
consistency.
Let me tell you.
He just
Man,
mad
hit
about
that
that
button so we get off this
consistency.
live.
Hey, Glenn, let it be known that on the show you got the man gravy. I got the man. You got the man gravy because matter of fact, Glenn, it can't be man gravy because gravy don't make babies. Gravy just tastes good.
Oh no.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless y'all. Good night.
Woo.
It's a wrap.